If I see any funny business, then I'll be calling the guards.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, stop treating me like a child, would you?
I pull you aside. I grab you. I pull you aside. Pull it together. I just warned you.
No, I'm gonna need a drink over here.
Alright, well, welcome to another episode of Wicked Initiative. I am your DM, Daniel Perez. And let's get started on episode 3. Y'all ready?
Yes.
What's the name of
Let's
this
go.
episode? What's the name of this episode?
This is A Night to Remember.
Ooh, that's right.
I'm sure it will be.
So, real quick recap. You guys had gone into the nest down below and met a bunch of halflings who all sort of had these blackbird tattoos here and there. You met several different NPCs, but the main reason you guys had gone down there was to get Zarzaros. You were getting your armor repaired from the long journey and whatever beast you had fought on the way there. Gax and Aragar, you guys met up with Silvo, Desi, and Pop of the Short Stack Symphony, and found out that their buddy had been injured or made ill somehow. You're not quite sure how. You guys eventually, Gax, you brewed up some concoction in an attempt to aid them. Nixel had gone back with Darley during this time for dinner, in which you guys all eventually met back up. Before that happened, Macy Shadowmouse made an appearance within the nest and offered you, or tried, hopefully, to gain some hirelings who would investigate some vigilantes that were causing problems around this plague, the lizard folk, and the crow's vigil. After that, you guys made your way over to Bosco's home, where Darley cooked up a large, giant crab that Bosco had killed earlier that day, in which you guys got to know her a little bit. She got to know you. You guys talked a little bit, and she also wanted to inquire about some lavrosite. But you guys have heard that it's a little bit dangerous to go out in the savannah. There seems to be some animal activity that's just threatening that part of Port Vischer. On the way there, Cedric and Gax, you both stopped by the sort of like place where the encampment where they were holding all the ill and sick from this plague. Did some investigation, and you guys found some very concerning parasitic thing going on. It was some necrosis on the body. And with further investigation, Aragar took a flaming flail to a large wagon full of these just sort of like limp, dying, dead bodies, which seemed to put out any sort of parasitic thing that was happening within them. As you guys finished up dinner, you decided to go investigate what was going on this evening at the Sneaky Goose. And that's where we'll pick up our story. So, as you guys walk over there, is there anything you want to do?
Could you re-describe the surroundings, the sneaky, or are we walking?
You guys are just walking towards the Sneaky Goose. It's evening time, obviously. You can see that Port Vischer's, the workforce that's been out bustling and moving crates and barrels around have been sort of finishing up, heading home, heading to the tavern possibly to get a quick drink and then move on from there.
I did. We're on the opposite end, I think.
Sure.
Is the inn on the way to the Sneaky Goose? Is it nearby? Is it on the other side? The port?
So yeah, you guys would be passing by the raised roof, the wobbly sack, all of that to go to the Sneaky Goose. The Sneaky Goose is actually further in than kind of like the boardwalk area where you guys have been.
Oh, well, if it's on the way to the Wobbly Sack, then yeah.
Then I look at everyone like, should we look for lodging before we continue on, friends?
I don't. I actually try to go to the Wobbly Sack with that before finding lodging.
Real quick, I'll ask the two lizard folk, are you guys sort of like trying to keep a low profile, putting on hoods and things?
Yeah, I think so. I think for Gax, anyways, he just puts up his normal cloak.
Trying to come off as kind of this dragonborn type instead?
I do not, but then after Gax is kind of like, hey, probably, I remember, yes. I done some hooded attire.
Awesome. So yeah, I mean, you would be passing by it. You can see that as you get closer to where the raised roof is, it's near the edge of the center street, and you can see peeking down just kind of like a lot of people shuffling in
to the raised
to
roof.
where the Sneaky Goose would be at. The streets are kind of like starting to like move a bit in that area, and you can see like a crowd amassing.
Okay. I'm worried if we don't go to the raised
We
roof.
may want to secure our lodgings.
Yes.
Seems like a good idea.
I don't mind sleeping outside, but I'd rather not.
What do you think, Harry?
I will not be sleeping outside.
Yeah. I would say we both look at each other like, okay.
Could be a nice soft
I have a
grassy
bedroll in case one of you needs to sleep outside.
That's
I will be.
There's a
sleeping
nice
in bed.
dust
I also
pile
have
right
my own
there.
bedroll.
Awesome. So you guys are heading to the Sneaky Goose then?
Oh,
Sorry, the raised roof.
Yeah, yes.
Bro, we want a bed.
We want lodging. Harry's especially.
Awesome. So yeah, as you guys are looking at the raised roof, it's connected to the wobbly sack directly. Basically, what you can see from the outside is that there's a tavern on the left, and you see the sign for the raised roof, and on the other side, on the right side, you've got wobbly sack, and there's a clear kind of like middle division piece where it looks like maybe if you would be on the inside, you could kind of like see through to the other side. However, one side is much like taller. There's 2 or 3 levels to the raised roof versus the wobbly sack. The wobbly sack's got tons of just like your normal adventuring gear just sort of sitting on the outside. Some crates have been unopened, some are open. You can see bunches of just different bits and bobs out there. And then the raised roof is actually pretty well kept for a port inn, it seems. It's not necessarily piratey. It's kind of just got this like nice like medieval aesthetic to it. You again got the big Zarithian blackish tree stumps that are like made the most composition of it. And yeah, as you guys walk in, you can see there's a couple of patrons. The soft glow of light coming in and hitting you in the face as you sort of walk in. And as you get inside, you can now see clearly that there is like that division part where like you can see all the way through, but the other side has been sort of like blocked off with a door. There is a small window that you can see through. At the bar, you can see a taller, dark gentleman with like cornrows in his hair, and at the tips of it, there's like red and white that's just been like splashed in there, like a coloring. He has sort of this kind-looking face meander about him. He's just sort of busy passing drinks out here and there. He's very boisterous. He's very loud, and yeah. The rest of you, I guess everyone, just give me a perception check.
Ooh, starting strong. Another single digit.
You never win, can you?
It's
8.
5.
This perception.
Starting off
Yeah.
well.
7.
Right?
7. Wow.
21.
Woo.
21.
21.
25.
25.
5.
Pretty low
Yay!
average roll there.
Yeah, I feel that. I know that feeling.
So yeah, the people who rolled rather high, you get a better sense of the surroundings. You can see that there's a couple of groups that are sort of like hunched in corners that are sort of like chit-chatting quietly and softly. Gax, as you walk in and sort of observe the place, as is your natural ability that you've trained with Master Bubby, you've been told to observe things as they are before you interact with them. You see in the corner that there's one individual that's just sort of got his like leg up on the table in one of those like one of those like Strider moments from Lord of the Rings where he's just sort of like chilling there in a hood. And in front of him there's just a dragon chess table. You also see with that 25 that this person is very pale skinned, and that they seem to be elvish. You can see kind of like the tucked ears under the hood. They look a little bit decked out with armor, but you clock a scimitar. Yeah, so what are you guys doing in here?
I think the first thing Gax does is next to Argar. There's a person over there armed. And then I just point to the cloaked fellow.
Suspicious.
No. Well, maybe.
Why the armor if he's here for dragon chess?
Games can get heated.
This individual, can I just kind of size him up from where I'm at and kind of get a...
Yeah, roll me an insight check. And you were specifically only
Minor
telling
dice.
Argar this?
It does not matter. The dice I rolled do not matter.
Okay. Yeah, so you're specifically only telling Argar?
I mean, if we're walking in like as a group,
Yeah.
I think it would have been more of just like a statement than anything else to like
Okay.
everybody. Then.
Yes.
9 on the inside.
A 9?
Yeah.
He looks like your typical kind of like just shifty character. You know, he's probably here for either he's just probably having some leisure time, enjoying the sounds in the tavern. It's possible he could be meeting someone here. It's possible that maybe he's looking to give a job. You know, there's multiple things that this type of character could be doing.
Is he?
Does he seem to be... He doesn't exude any kind of magical aura or anything like that, right? Not that I would necessarily be able to tell.
Do you
Can I
have
detect magic
anything like
again?
detect magic?
No. Yeah. Actually, hold on. I might have a warlock feat. Let me check real fast.
Is he? You said he's at a dragon chess table. Is he playing against someone or playing
Nope,
with him?
there's no one playing with him. It's just sitting there on the table in front of him.
I see. Cedric does like dragon chess.
I have Devil's Sight, but that's not the same thing. So no, I don't have any kind of means of detecting magic.
Okay, then yeah, probably not.
Can I get anything from the kind of armor he's wearing? Maybe I know where this sort of armor would be from. Maybe his land of origin.
Yeah, sure. Give me like a give me just a general intelligence check.
Okay. So it would be roll plus my intelligence.
Yeah.
So 19.
19. The armor he's wearing, you've seen it in a couple of places, and they're back home. And it's not necessarily relative to Archendale, but it's relative to elvish make from around the Dale lands.
Okay.
As you guys are sort of like perusing and scanning this area, the bartender sort of speaks. Hey! Y'all want some drinks? Come on, come on.
Sounds
Don't
good
be
to
shy.
me. I've already had my fill for today.
It's hard not to notice a crew like you walk in.
Is it on the house?
What do you think? You look like you're from here.
I'll take whatever you've got.
Sure. I've got some Usk Fine Old. Like, do you good?
Sounds great.
The Usk Fine Old. Give me an intelligence check.
8.
You've heard of it. It's not native to Agaros or Asgora. It's definitely from.
It's an import.
From the. It's definitely an import.
No local stuff.
I got local if that's what you want.
Well,
I
of
just
course,
thought you
I
wanted
just
some
got
of the-
home.
Some of the new stuff that we've got in.
That's okay. I just got home. Give me a taste of it.
Ooh.
Sure. He passes you the normal, and he sort of just asks for payment. He's looking for 1 silver.
And I hand him the 1 silver.
What else?
You just can't stop spending money.
Can I get around? Should I get
Nixel-
around and just
Nixel-
pass them all out?
Nixel will walk up and place enough silver in his hand, probably for 2 drinks each. So that's going to be 4, 7,
Oh no.
14 silver.
Does
Drops
alcohol
it in his
affect a halfling differently?
And he says 2 of whatever everyone wants.
Everyone good with what this one's got? What's your name? I'm sorry, I'm Cedric, by the way. Cedric Milgrove.
Nice to meet you, Cedric. No relation.
Twins.
Name's Arzuros.
Nice to meet you. You guys new in town?
Yes.
Oh no, I live here.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me roll. He meets a lot of people. I'm gonna roll for it. If I roll above a 10, he's gonna notice who you are. 50,
You're
50.
out of
I
here.
know you're good.
It's an 18.
Oh, this is not good. This is not good.
You're that runt rascal that I was messing with earlier today. Why are you in here again? I
That
thought I
runt-
told you to leave.
That runt rascal is with me. He's welcome here.
You must be confusing me for some of those kids.
I don't think anyone's
Can
confused.
you all attest for him? Can you all attest for him?
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm getting rid of him.
No, we can attest.
How are you gonna do that?
Like, hold up, Bosco.
This is my
Hold it back.
tavern. If I want you out, you'll be out. Now, they've all attested for you. If I see any funny business, then I'll be calling the guards.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, stop treating me like a child, would you?
I pull you aside. I grab you. I pull you aside. Pull it together. I just warned you.
No, I'm gonna need a drink over here.
Look, treat him like a child. Daddy Czar comes over here.
Nixon did just buy us a drink. Or two.
Do you have any rooms available tonight?
He runs over, checks his ledger, slaps this huge thing down, scrolls a few pages, peruses it. Looks like I've got one room.
Excellent. We'll take it.
It's a room for two.
Instantly, you guys are like, yes, I'm just here like, crap.
Slide that right across.
However, there is a gentleman over there,
Pointing to the dude in the corner.
pointing to the dude in the corner.
Should we approach
He'll
him?
give you his room if you can beat him in Dragon Chess.
I don't waste my time with such games. But if you want to.
Who goes around here offering a room for a game of Dragon Chess?
I don't know, man.
Nixel would like to do I guess it would be maybe history to determine if he knows how to play this game.
Yeah, so it's a strategy game, so actually roll 8.
Int.
Can I do the same? If
Yeah.
my
If
master's
everyone
over
wants to, that's
too
totally
high
fine.
and was
What
like, hey, you
was
can
it?
learn this.
What was intelligence for the
For
game?
what? To-
You,
Oh, no.
you don't, because you're professional. You know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
I'm getting it up
I don't know
now.
if I don't
I
think
mean,
I want
we're not too
I don't know if I
concerned
want
because
to
we already
first
called.
It's
You got a third. No, you got
Secure her.
14 for me.
You got a 13.
3. Rolled a natural one.
Our guys, like, what the hell is that game over there?
I've never seen these pizzas.
Yeah, you both would understand
I have
and
no
know
memory of
what
this
this game is. It's a strategy game. It requires a lot of. It's pretty long. Obviously, we wouldn't do that in actual D&D time. I have a quick way to do it, yeah, it's basically chess, but in like multiple layers.
like 4D chess.
Yeah, basically.
With that said, Nixel would turn to the group and say, "Allow me."
Sounds good.
I'm fine with that.
Are you going by yourself, or are other people going
I
around
don't
with
join
you?
them.
Okay.
I do though.
While he does that,
I do. I also follow that.
Yeah,
I follow
like-
Nixel.
Toodaloo.
The rooms are in high demand, so it's going to be 5 gold.
Yep.
I am a businessman, after all. And
Alright.
when
Missed out.
5
on
gold,
the deal
5
of
gold.
split the cost.
I'll loan you some gold
I've
as
got
soon
it.
as I
I've
get it
got it.
back.
You'll be alright. 5
you,
gold.
Nixel.
and that's for one night. However, again, I will say that gentleman over there will pay for everything for every night.
How many
What-
rooms does he have?
Yeah, that's too
One.
good to be true.
With 2 people.
Correct. Same size room.
What? Why is he?
100%
Why is
a
he
scam.
offering this?
That's what I said. We're
And
getting
how do you know he's
We're
offering
getting
this?
swindled.
He sort of leans in a little bit towards you.
Swindling my booty.
I think these type, they're usually looking for information. They don't care much for money. They've got plenty of that. They're the
I think it's
adventuring
real
type.
house. I know the
Like,
bartender's
it
first
seems
name
like
is Cedric,
yourselves.
so.
Excuse me, Cedric, was it?
Yeah.
Do you know if the
Cedric, actually.
Cedric. Apologies.
I look over. What?
Just erase the E in the middle.
Are you privy to the types of drink or perhaps other types of things our gentleman in the back enjoys?
He's drinking a fine elven white. this evening.
One of those, please.
Excellent, coming right up. Goes, grabs it, hands it to you.
I don't approach with him, but I do specifically try to listen in on whatever he says.
Nixel, holding this elvish white, will turn and say, and I'll have one of those, whatever you explained to the dragon.
The dragon. Yeah, is it still sitting there on the counter?
Usk fine old?
Yes, one of those, please.
Certainly. You want it mulled?
Sure.
It's traditionally served that way. It's from Selgond, actually.
Mulled.
We just received a shipment today. It's a hot ticket item this evening.
What is it? Musk.
Usk. So Usk fine old.
Fine old.
And where was it from?
Selgond.
Soga.
Where did they get this?
So gone. Okay. And he'll also say,
You're purchasing that for yourself?
I already purchased that for myself with the
Okay.
14 gold that I dished out
Yeah.
for everyone. And then Nixel also wants to make sure he gets paid for his fine elvish wine, so he's going to, holding it, say, and how much for this? And hold it up.
2 silver.
And Nixel will reach into his pockets and hand 2 silver to the gentleman. And then he'll say, thank you, Cedric.
My pleasure. I hope you enjoy. You can smell as it's given to you mold, it's got this, like, it's a spicy wine. It's light, it's got this sharp smell to it, and you can smell just a hint of, like, pear as its aroma that's just wafting out from the mug that he gave you.
Nixel is a simp for wine. So he absolutely loves this right now. He sips it, Divine.
Was this the Elven Fine one?
Sorry, divine.
There you go. Gotta give us a toast.
Awesome.
I
As
also
he-
As you guys get
As-
all your drinks, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were saying.
As Nixel does that, he will head over to the gentleman in the back, and he'll approach at a normal pace. He's not slowing down. I wouldn't say Nixel is scared of this guy.
Cool.
He just kind of knows what he has to do. So
Okay.
he's going.
Argar, you were saying?
Oh, I was just going to. You kind of answered it for me, but I was going to just ask for the fire whiskey that I asked for before, hoping to hoping to get the same
100%.
response.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same thing. And yeah, I mean, he gives it to you. It's this again light, sharp smell that you're not quite used to. It's definitely from out of town. You've not had this before at back in Vesh, the mainlands.
Yeah, I imagine it's like an acquired taste, which is why like Argar kind of goes for it. But he says to the bartender, "Thank you." Turns and I walk to join Nixel and Gax.
As you say that, he kind of like is a little bit off put, but he's not like gonna go tell on anyone that he knows or notices like who or what you are.
Problems would arise if he did.
Actually,
just be telling on
I think what he
himself.
would also do is
Oh,
as
shit.
you sort of like turn your back to go find like a seat to sit in, he'd sort of be like, "Hey, I wouldn't sit over by that group over there." And he's pointing to the group that's sort of like huddled up close, kind of speaking to each other. And you can see that group
How many of
over
us
there.
heard this?
I think he would have said it loud enough. He knows that you guys are a party together.
Like dispersed.
Quiet enough that they can't hear, but there's enough background noise that
Yeah.
they wouldn't be paying attention. They're too ingrained in what they're doing, but they're definitely like huddled up, and they seem to be a little bit tense. like riled up.
Any symbology on them that I can see, or is it too far away to really tell?
It's just a bunch of clunky armors, and it's some of them are like laborers, some of them are like guards. It's a mixture.
I think Bosco's gonna discreetly make his way over there with trying to act oblivious. He's like walking around the capital. I'm gonna walk. I'm hoping Bosco is hoping someone might join me.
My
But
God. Follow the
we're gonna-
freaking
yeah, we're
halfling
just
here.
we're gonna go and try to hear what's going on. I'm intrigued.
All right, so you're heading over to that like kind of particular group that seems a little tense.
Are you gonna join us?
I'm heading. I'm already walking toward
I was
Nicholas
gonna say,
after they.
hearing that, like, Gax puts his head even deeper in his hood and, like, kind of hides his hands a little bit,
Right.
too.
I
Yeah,
just
I think with
smirk a
your
little
perception
bit.
check, you know from earlier that they haven't quite noticed you because you did walk in, kind of like hooded, and with other strange people in the group. But they were so engrossed in what they're saying and getting mad about that they didn't really peek their heads up to look.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that
Our
they see the
regards-
Dragonborn and they just assume that we're Dragonborn. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Seeing Bosco kind of make his way over there. Let's go watch him. Make sure he doesn't do something stupid.
Why you gotta judge on Bosco like that?
I want you guys to be with me.
He needs backup. We've got you.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna
Not
go
yet,
and
not
I'm just
yet.
gonna go and try to listen.
We just don't want you to get us kicked out. Go ahead. Lead the
Just
way.
remember
like
you're
3
on your
feet.
final strike.
I'm like 3 feet tall. I'm not picking a fight here.
Not yet.
All right, so you guys head over there. Nixel, where's Cedric actually? Sorry.
Cedric is trying his hardest to not be seen, trying to blend in and listen into whatever Nixel is about to say to this elvish man.
Okay, so you're kind of merging along with Gax and Aragar.
Yes, I'm sticking on the outskirts of that conversation.
Okay. I'm gonna need you three to roll perception checks.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
With my luck so far. Okay.
And I'll be using
I mean,
this.
it's
I'll be
it's
using
in the
this
double
value
digits.
for
I'll take it.
14.
You have a minus
15.
1.
15.
Oh, I know. This is my
That's
worst.
terrible.
11.
Okay. So that's the value I'm going to use for kind of listening into anything that's going on here. If there's anything in particular that I think that he would say quietly, you guys probably wouldn't be able to hear. Everything else, you could probably listen in enough to get the main gist of what's going on. Cool? Nixel, you walk up with the elven wine, and he doesn't necessarily regard you other than kind of like a tight like head nod, as in like sit.
Nixel will. Is there a space open on the table near him that I can place the wine down?
Yeah, totally. There. You could just place it right in front of him.
Yeah, so Nixel places it down in front of him and then goes and takes his seat. Is this seat like a standard, like,
It's just
a human
a, wood, just
sits
a
in this
normal
seat?
wooden chair. Yeah.
Okay, so Nixel looks at the seat and he says, I guess I better stand. As he steps into the chair and stands there at the table, simply because it's just too large. He wouldn't be able to see the table if he sat down.
He greets you, and he says, "So, what do you need? You here for a game?"
I am.
Just for fun, pleasure, or are we talking room game?
A room game, please.
Fair enough.
I can't hope think that this is just a test that like he needs to say some sort of code. We're just failing right now.
And he starts to set up the game. You see all of these very intricate dragon-like pieces that are placed all over this three-dimensional chessboard. And we're gonna run a contested skills challenge for the game. And what you need is three successes to win the game.
Okay.
The rules are kind of like this. So you can make. Are you proficient in dragon chess?
I'm not.
Okay. So you will not be able to make an intelligence check because you're not proficient. So your options are a deception check or an insight check. Okay.
Should have been me.
And it's
I think
So
so.
me,
It should be
yeah.
me.
Oh yeah.
Should
Cedric's got his reasons.
you choose intelligence? So actually, he also has all three options available to him. Intelligence, which is basically just him knowing the game. Deception, which is him playing shifty, not fair. And insight is him catching, or you catching him doing something shifty. Okay? He's going to get a +5 to all of his rolls.
Oof.
If you choose intelligence, which you can't, but if he does, if he chooses intelligence and you choose deception, the player that checked deception rolls with advantage. If you choose deception and the other person chooses insight, then the insight rolls with advantage because they catch that person in the deception. If you choose insight and he chooses intelligence, the player checking intelligence rolls with advantage because he's just skillfully playing and there's no hidden motives that you can find. Cool? It's kind of a triangle.
It's a rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors,
Yep.
dice.
Cool?
Yeah.
And you're going to call out what your check is before.
And we just roll at the same time, or what?
Yep. I have already written down what he's rolling for his three choices.
Oh, we get 3. Okay.
I think that's right.
So you're picking out what you're gonna roll the 3 times ahead of time.
Yep.
Not one at a time. Like you just made your decision.
He
like,
just
it's-
needs to
it's
tell
today.
me on his first roll, since I already have mine written down.
Side note, the dog is annoying as crap. He's gotta go.
Maybe it's an opportunity to go find him and.
Silence support dog.
I'm not gonna hurt a dog. Stop. But he's gotta go. There's no lively music up
You
in
could
here.
give him a hunk of meat.
No, but like we're at a bar. Like, come on, let's get some music going. I can't stand that dog anymore.
Maybe he just needs to.
I don't think we have a bard in the party.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe just
Somebody
needs
play
to
some
Also,
music.
Cedric is absolutely judging Nixel on his dragon chess plays.
Okay.
Judge
What are you rolling?
Matt
Nix is
Hart.
like,
Yes.
these pieces are pretty.
Argard
Go
just
ahead and
says
roll.
it's all about lying.
Normal.
Yeah.
Something he would say.
He rolled a 16.
Nix will roll the 7.
Oh.
So you watch, you make your first moves, and he just easily outsmarts those beginning moves and starts to put you behind. And you see a couple of pieces go that you're like, oh shit, that was bad. So that's one success for him. Second roll, deception. You will roll with advantage.
8.
He also rolled an 8. Oh. So I'll call that a tie, which is a stalemate. So no successes, no failures.
Okay. So we go again.
Yep.
With the edge of
So
the
you guys
seat.
both kind of like start moving your pieces around. You three can kind of see like Nixel found a way to kind of like halt the progress on him
good
taking
play.
all the pieces. Next roll,
Deception.
deception. You'll roll with advantage.
18.
Also 18. You rolled 13
He's
plus
got
five.
your number.
Again, another stalemate. You guys see they're just moving, and then the other one moves and outsmarts the other.
Deception?
Wait, did you roll intelligence?
No, he rolled deception.
Oh, deception. Yeah.
0 to charisma, so yeah.
So what now? I decide on more.
Yeah, we keep going.
Oh,
No one.
Until
he's-
3 wins, I think.
He's only got one success. As you guys are sort of like halting the progress, you see him sort of like get a little bit frustrated, and he's like, "Who are your friends?"
He says this to me.
Yeah, you. I saw you walking with that large party. You don't look to be one that should have been with them.
Do we hear this?
Yeah.
You needn't worry about them. Just focus on the game.
Shut that down.
Nixel will roll insight.
You're rolling insight for this one?
Yes.
It's just
Nat 20.
10.
Oh no.
That's
Hearing
Another.
check.
You see just more as this dialogue kind of like threw you off a little bit. You were cheeky with the rebuttal, and that kind of pissed him off a little bit as he sort of just starts to like outmaneuver you and get way in control of this game. Yeah, what's your next roll?
Insight.
Insight.
No idea.
Give me these, just like intelligence.
I think it's just
3.
satisfaction.
17.
I'm happy I didn't play this one.
Congratulations.
What's your name?
Of what concern is it to you?
Well, I'd like to know, just so I can.
Put me in your victory log.
That's what I was thinking.
No, not the victory log, no. It's more about respect. My name's Kieran.
Kieran, it's nice to meet you. My name's Nixel.
Kieran Agravar.
Kieran Agrovar?
You know, I can't help but notice your 3 friends that were behind you kind of listening in. Is there a reason for that? Are they gonna come introduce themselves?
At that, I
Their
get up.
intentions are their own. I do not speak for them.
Yeah, hearing
I-
this, I also step forward, I guess.
I step and move over.
I want to game now.
A new challenger. Please, have a seat.
And I slink into the chair. Well, actually, is there an open chair? Or is it...
Yeah, Nixel would have stood up by now.
Alright, so yeah,
Step
step
off.
I stepped off. I slink
Two
into the
chairs?
chair.
Or is this
It's
on the
just the
opposite end.
one chair on the opposite end of him. But you guys could scoot up more chairs if you wanted.
Are there more chairs around that I
There
can
are more
grab?
chairs that are kind of empty here and there. You could find a way to like scoot them over.
I scan over the...
Oh, I'll just pick it up. Just bring it over. Sure.
Nixel is just flying, like, very softly swaying his wings to keep himself in the air as he just kind of floats there.
Better luck next time. I suggest you practice.
I kind of lean down. I hunch over a little more than usual. I scan over the board, and I look up to him.
Argar.
So weird.
He needs like a bowl for like just the shifty eyes
Right.
to like intimidate.
Just look at one eye, just goes back.
Do a beady eye roll.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
roll
roll.
to see if
Snake
that
eye.
breaks his resolve at all. With a 15, I think you'll break his resolve. A 7.
Not this time.
You see him sort of like loosen up a little bit, takes off his hood, and he reaches over and introduces himself to you with a handshake. Kieran Agrava.
Can
Kind of tilt my head first, and then I clasp it. Yeah. And then shake and pull back.
Now that that he's shown his face and his name, can I roll insight on anything I know about this person?
Sure, yeah. I mean, you can definitely tell a couple of things right off the bat. Like, he's definitely a moon elf. Not quite sure if it's a half moon elf or not, but it's definitely he's definitely hails from the Dale Lands at this point. You can see tiny markings that indicate where he's from. Give me a perception check.
21.
21. You notice that he's wearing a particular earring
Okay.
that is related to a very well-known group of, like, a business unit that you noticed on those receipts.
Fuck.
And the name of the business unit is House Greywither.
Do I know what... Did the receipts hurt this house or help this house?
Wait, what? What's your question?
It incriminates the house
Okay, excellent.
because it was in the same dealings that you had found earlier.
It incriminates the house. So this house...
Right.
Okay.
You can't. Basically, it puts you at unease. to see
Oh,
this
sorry.
name.
The receipts... I know that this house is bad. No, this house
It
no
puts
good.
you at unease. Yes, it's a well-known, popular business unit that works within
that
the
I
Dale
want to
Lands.
stay away from.
Yes.
From
Yeah,
what
in
I
fact,
know.
I think they owe.
Okay, even better. I do not. I know he mentioned 3 friends. I know they walked up. I do not walk up. I pretend I didn't hear him.
Sure. You're a unique fellow. Let's play.
Let's.
Your move.
Oh boy.
Deception.
Deception. You'll roll with advantage.
16.
You see it. You start to move your pieces. You've analyzed kind of his early on tricks from the first game, and you just outsmart him in a couple of places and start to get this small lead. He pulls back a little bit. Where are you from?
Are you talking recently or where I was born?
Where do you hail from? I know it's not of Port Vishka. I've heard the talk.
Hearing you say the talk, I think Gax, or I would interrupt. What do you mean, the talk?
Well, it seems that the inhabitants of Port Vishka aren't too pleased with the lizard folk. They blame them for the plague.
Not ours.
You bear a rune. What is that rune?
No, he sees it on my arm. I don't think I figured it. Speaking to the DM, I don't think I figured that out yet.
Not sure. Looking to find out.
Could I do a quick medicine check to see if it's the same as the runes that I've seen on my people?
So you did do that.
Yeah.
And it's a slight variation on it. It's
Okay.
not the exact same. The design is different.
Yeah. As in it's a different disease, or as in it's just a different rune altogether?
It's a different rune altogether. Yeah. Let's keep playing.
Yes.
What's your roll?
I'm gonna do intelligence. Oh wait, no, I can't because I don't have that as a proficiency.
Proficiency, yeah.
What were the other options?
Insight, deception.
Insight and deception. I'm gonna try a deception again.
Okay. You'll roll with advantage.
Is that what I think it is?
What'd you get?
I actually got a natural 20 on that one. So it'll be a 26, but natural 20.
I'm gonna say with a natural 20, you maneuver this board so expertly. He rolled a 2. So
I know that feeling.
I'm gonna say that basically you maneuver this board so dexterously, and it just completely outsmarts whatever moves that he had been accustomed to and used on Nixel. He tried to use some of the same ones on you, and you just completely had already analyzed it and knew what was coming. And as you, how do you finish the game?
I just like I kind of won it, where I kind of go, and I move that final piece into place, and he realizes.
Well then, it seems
Intelligence is great. You're very sharp. But I'm a good liar.
Are you admitting that you cheated?
I don't need. That's how good I am. I don't need to cheat.
He was eating pieces when he wasn't looking.
Well then, it seems. Are you looking for a room? Well, fair is fair. He hands you a small pouch. And in it you can hear 5 gold exactly. As long as you need one, you can find me back in the same corner.
Well played.
I have a question for you. Where are you from?
From a place very far from here. I've been commissioned to stay in Port Vischer for a while. Just to check on things.
As in for the plague?
Precisely.
Do the symptoms of the plague show up where you're from as well?
There's been plagues, yes.
Okay.
Somewhat different.
How so?
They don't progress as quickly.
Let's see. Similar symptoms?
Similar, yes. Are you investigating this?
I am. As you said, these people believe that the lizard folk are the ones who have caused all of this, and I feel like if that is true, it's the lizard folk's job to cure it.
So were you called here to investigate this?
No. I took it upon myself. I'm a medicine man, so I traveled and learned and talked to other people.
Give me a deception check.
I got an 11.
He rolled a 3.
So
He is not keen to anything that he doesn't know you well enough, and you keep a nice composed face enough that it sets him at ease. He's not triggered by anything in particular from you saying that you took it upon yourself to come here and investigate this. And he's not poised to entertain delving in further to it either. He's content with the answer that you had given him. Well, is there anything else I can do? By the way, thank you for the wine, Nixel.
My pleasure.
This is my favorite. With that, I'm gonna turn back around to the rest of the group. You three, Bosco, Zarzros, and Ares. How are you guys approaching this scenario?
Oh yeah, the group of people.
So they're in a corner having a talk. Well, we have drinks. We're just, minding our own business
So
on
you're
the
just
lobby of the
kind of listening in. Give me a perception check then for all of you.
I'm gonna lean over to Ares
I better
here.
take that natural 20 on
Maybe
it. Might
you
be
should
affecting
Got a 10.
Yeah.
Shit, perception.
I should have done an insight check on him too.
16.
I mean, he hasn't left yet.
No, but I conversation
16.
with him, so I can't see
Seven.
if he was lying when he was like
What'd you get?
7?
just here to
10.
10.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or,
Rob.
I'm sorry,
Big dude's
12.
like, ah.
12.
So, Bosco and Ares. You guys are more used to this type of gathering of information. You've got a keen ear for these types of scenarios, being a rogue and a ranger. And a halfling. Halflings are very good at kind of getting their noses into things and getting out nice and easy, right? You see this random group of people, laborers, guards, just people who are everyday workers, and they're pounding their fists. They're getting a little bit tense and enraged, and what you overhear the gist of is that they're angry about the scenario between the Crow's Vigil, who seems to be distributing something, and that it came from Vesh, and so that this collaboration between the two units is putting them at unease and is causing problems and is now causing a plague altogether. And they blame the Crow's Vigil, even though it's affecting mostly the Crow's Vigil, they blame them for the scenario, and they don't know how it will interact with Port Vischer itself. Is it going to end up being a problem for them? And so they want to get rid of them. But they know that they can't go to the magistrate because she's actively been trying to stop the people from getting mad at the Crow's Vigil. However, the magistrate has not done much to stop anything happening to the lizard folk. They've actually been kind of sending new halflings that have arrived by ship back across the Orthar Gulf to go settle in Vesh, in their lands.
Wait, sorry, so they're sending halfling folk back over to Vesh, the lizard folk territory, to settle there?
And you guys, actually, you're not in this conversation.
No.
Sorry.
Do they notice anything as we approach? Or we're just approaching?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Are you actually like going up to the table, or are you just listening in from another table?
I think I'm like 10 feet away. I'm hearing.
Something being sneaky.
If I hear something that piques my interest, I might walk up.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of the consensus of it. It's just a very like political vigilante type group meeting. It's not like they're rallying anything. It's just natural frustrations with what's going on within Port Vischer.
They're not making any plans. We don't get the insight that they're making any plans to disrupt.
As
stuff.
of right now, no.
Hmm.
But they do express an open hatred towards the lizard folk.
So they hate the lizard folk and the crow's vigil.
They heavily dislike the crow's vigil.
I'm gonna approach.
Where's your tattoo again?
It's covered.
It's
Where,
like right
where
on
is
his
it,
forehead.
Boston? Where's your tattoo?
His
Oh!
left butt cheek.
Yeah, where's your tattoo?
It's like right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the
Okay.
chest tat.
Just for
I hear you guys are a little frustrated with the crow's visual. I might have some information that you could use.
One of them turns around. Is that so? And how do I know you're not of crow's vigil?
I was actually fired as of today. So I'm willing to really throw my boss under the bus.
Well then. Give us the info.
What's in it for me?
How about me and my buddies here don't take you out back?
No.
Well, then
No.
why would I offer anything to begin with? What's in it for me?
I don't know. You're the one who came over to me. What are you looking
You did approach us.
I'll tell you how to get into the nest.
Are you close enough to hear any
I'm
of this,
at
or
the
is it just
nearest
me?
table just watching it
Give me
until
a-
watching.
You're ready to step
for?
in.
Persuasion check.
A 10.
Another 2.
Take mine. These people are desperate.
All right, we'll hear you out, and if it's good, maybe we've got something for you.
I've as of today, seen Macy Shadowmouth's in the nest. So if you're trying to find her, she can be found there. I gotta know what's in it for me before I tell you anything.
Well, I mean, I don't really need to know where Macy Shadowmouse does her drinking. I can go up to the office and talk to her if I want. And it's not Macy we're mad at.
Well, I'm gonna tell you how to get in the nest, but I'm about done with this if you don't tell me what's in it for me. I'm gonna tell you where the nest is and how to get in, but I gotta hear something from you first.
He steps back, kind of like nods a couple of times. They kind of do like that subtle like whisper, like, and he reaches in, takes out a gold.
Make it 2. I'll tell you right now. You have my word. 2 gold.
Looks the other one. Frederick, can you cough one up, please?
Boss is gonna make a run for it after.
Coughs up a gold,
Oh.
and then hands you
That's a neat party trick.
another gold.
I thought they were.
Now you cough it up.
I'm not sure.
is.
Oh, please cough up a gold.
So it's in the nest. It's inside the Sneaky Goose. And when you go in, the password to get in, you're gonna have to give a password. And it's indigo. That's what you need to do. And okay, it's in the back of the Sneaky Goose. That's why they call it Sneaky Goose. The nest is where the goose lies.
You know, I always thought that place was a little bit shady. You're gonna have to give me a deception check. Disadvantage for that.
Jake!
At disadvantage.
Breaking your
Can we,
resolve.
can we come up and help him
Disadvantage.
by like adding to it?
You guys can.
Oh,
yeah, if you can
no.
think of a scenario to help him out, sure.
Wait.
I rolled a 1.
Got a 1 on one of the dice.
Oh no.
It's this Matt.
Yeah, that Matt. Ooh. It's that Matt, bro.
Well, you have lucky.
Oh, well then would I just take...
You would take the new value.
So, yeah, we rolled a 1.
6.
A 6. Are you fucking with me?
No. I'm telling you, there's some irony to the Sneaky Goose.
I rolled another 2.
No.
Roll that dice.
Where were those when I
Okay,
was
so
playing
he's
chess?
like doing really badly, but they're also still believing it.
Yeah, this is fucking commoners for you. No bonuses, just natural rolls.
So, I just like, you two just notice him, like, just actually be like, I can't believe this is working.
And he still didn't get it.
Yeah, right in front of them, yeah.
Sweat and bullets shifting like. nervous.
No.
Hyperventilating.
Okay.
Well,
Frederick,
Frederick, it sounds like we need to go investigate this Sneaky Goose. Maybe we should head over there now. They're doing that that event tonight. Maybe we could get a little.
I think you ought to wait
Well,
until
let's.
Now
Why
wait a
would we
minute.
want to wait? Now is the perfect time. He doesn't do this very often. It's an event like once a month.
Am I hearing this? Am I within earshot?
This is
They're
going
talking loud
south.
enough now.
Right,
They
we're
can
close.
both actively.
Now
hear
wait
you.
a minute. Why don't you come with us?
What just do?
I mean,
You weren't a part of the conversation
we can
before,
go
were
there
you?
together if you want.
Hold
When
on,
I get back.
were you a part of the conversation, or did this dragonborn 6'8" man just walking like, you should come with us?
I
That
had
starting
to
a fight and it's
introduce
not me.
myself, but I was listening in.
These dudes are like half drunk.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, like they're pissed off
And
and,
they look at me
drunk.
like, okay.
They're just looking for a good time.
Oh, God. They're gonna join our group. Are you guys lizard folk? No. Okay.
No, okay.
It's a condition.
Well, damn, you're a
It's a
good
condition.
But yeah, I mean, we'll join you if that's what you want.
We were headed there after this anyway.
Well, we should probably head out soon. It's gonna get, it's probably happening in a couple of minutes.
Oh.
Great. Hey, you hear in your head.
You should probably. Bosco?
Yes, Bosco. We might be able to get more information on the way. See if they're up to anything truly shifty.
Before we leave,
You can't respond in your head. Yeah, it's just one message.
Before we leave, I'm gonna be like, all right, real quick, another round, everybody, before we head out of here. Let's try to get them a little more drunk before we head out.
Hey, another round on the lady.
Let's drink up, okay? Then we'll head out.
Oh no.
Yeah, you guys get another whole round and
I'm in trouble.
gulp it down and head
This
on.
is whiskey.
Is it just a round for you guys? Or is it a round for
Well,
like,
I
the
thought
whole
this was
party?
happening at the same time as they were doing the test,
Okay, so
right?
it's
So
just-
then I guessed my main objective is let's get them drinking more.
Alright.
So they will just.
So yeah, it's gonna be there's 3 of them there, so it's gonna be another 6 silver.
pay for the room, sir.
And I'll need
Sugar daddy over
I'll
here.
need
Pushing me.
We lost so much gold.
I need you three to make. I need you three to make a Constitution check.
What? I don't know.
See,
paid
it's
for
not
the
the
moon,
man.
Argar
It's not the man. You gotta.
But Argar doesn't have to give them the gold.
Oh,
No. Argar can use the money that he won from the game to pay for your man's room.
For the inn.
10.
Yeah, the room for the inn.
15.
Yeah, but they already paid for that.
9.
No.
So yeah,
they
Zarsos,
paid for
you're
their
feeling a
own
little
room.
bit
Yes, and
woozy
then-
from this stuff. You haven't had a good drink in a long time, and being back home, it's just
Flavors
hitting
of
you.
home.
Yeah, the flavors of home are just hitting you just right, and you're starting to get that haze. So you're gonna be at disadvantage for your ability checks.
Oh no.
I would like to say real quick.
Is that a condition?
When I bought
in here?
these drinks, my intention was for
No.
them. So if you were smart, you could have faked it unless you wanted to get a little buzzed. But I guess.
Wanted to get a little. buzz.
Okay, because like I'm trying to get information, so I'm not.
It's honorable dragonborn.
I don't think I would be chugging mine.
So you guys are planning to head out, grab the group, and like grab the rest of them.
Sure. I'm like, hey, y'all done? You got a room? Did you get a room? Let's go.
Am I game?
We just got so much
I-
for the room.
we
I
told
mean, I
something
get
other
it.
than
Can
Just
I
pay 5 gold, bro.
do
How many
stand
gold
Can we
times
just
are
say
there?
that we walked up to the bar, told the bartender, we won our game of chess, here's the money.
100%. Yeah.
So that room that they got,
On that.
they have a room they paid for. They have a room. I'm still roomless.
We can split it if
You
want.
guys could. I mean, you haven't actually gone up there to see what kind of room it
Oh,
is.
okay.
You've heard that it's for 2 people, but you can always squeeze in more than
I
that.
have a
I do
bedroll,
turn to
sure.
Cedric and go,
You can room with us if you need to.
Yeah.
I look at Gax and
You're
say,
just like, yeah.
and say, I brought my own bedroll if you don't mind sleeping on the floor.
Oh, you can take the
What's
bed back
Nixel
there from
doing?
the floor.
What's Nixel doing?
He's just listening to this. He's like,
Also, while this is happening, I, at every moment that I can, want to know where and what the Elvish guy is doing.
He just went back to sipping his wine and putting his pieces in a new game, waiting for the next player if anyone attempts.
I'm not going to.
Can I do an insight check to see if I can see the worry, I guess?
If he's clocking that guy like over and over
Yeah.
again, give me an insight check, yeah.
I'm not trying to hide it from them, so.
19.
Against your.
I wasn't
Oh,
trying
you're not
I was
trying
not
to
trying to.
hide. Then a 19, I feel like you would notice this. He definitely looks a little bit concerned about that elvish guy. Kieran.
I'm not gonna say it.
But you're not gonna say anything. You're not gonna say
He
anything.
didn't say anything. He didn't say anything.
But
I'm just watching
alright.
I'm just watching Kieran. Kieran?
Kieran.
Whatever it is, dude.
Kieran Agrivar. So yeah, the bumbling party of one of them's name is Frederick. The other one would introduce himself as Jason, and Federo, the other guy. You guys start walking down towards the main center pathway. Basically, this is the main road that would lead to the back of Port Vischer. That eventually there's like this kind of like man-made staircase that goes up the cliffside. So because Port Vischer is kind of like in this like sunken space behind these kind of like clay walls that go along the back of Port Vischer. Just the nature of is it topography?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys head down this main street, it's much darker outside now, and you realize what that yellowish brick was, and it's light. There's something illuminating this yellow brick, and that's where you see the streetlights. It's not from a lamppost, it's not from anything else, it's just these like yellow bricks that are just scattered throughout the pathways. And it's giving off this kind of like dim light everywhere.
Nixel will stop dead in his tracks when he realizes this and just lean down, and he's just in awe of this brick. He's like rubbing his hands on it, trying to figure out how this is possible.
If you're trying to figure out anything about it, give me an investigation check.
No, that's cocked.
3. No, sorry, 10.
The most you would get from that is that there is some sort of bioluminescence piece to it.
Okay.
The brick is
Obviously, there's that clay brick feel to it, but it's kind of been meshed with this almost glass-like feeling, and you can tell that it has this kind of like center to it that's giving off this luminescence. As
That's
you
it. Once
guys,
he does that, he stands back up. He's ready to go. He catches up to the group.
sure. As you guys continue forward, you can see that there's just a large crowd kind of like in the middle of the road now. And as you approach, you can see the Sneaky Goose in all of its like true splendor under this night sky. The shop looks rather marvelous in this part of the market. You can see that there's other market stalls here and around, but this one in particular looks fancy. It looks well kept. It's got a glass domed roof on the second story of it. That's just sort of like the moonlight hitting is just like gleaming off of it. It's pristine. Beneath the dome, the facade of the shop is constructed from like a weathered stone, and then again that rich dark Zarethian wood, the same wood that is used in your shield. The stone is etched with these kind of like arcane symbols, and I think that both Nixel and Gax would immediately know that it's alchemical in nature and not language. So it's not to read, it's more about chemistry. There's a wrought iron balcony that sort of extends gracefully from the upper level, and its railings are kind of entwined with ivy that sway with like the night breeze that's going on. And then underneath that, there's 4 lanterns that hang from the balcony. Each one contains this kind of like enchanted flame that flickers hues of blue, green, and pink. At the entrance, you see a large set of like heavy wooden doors that are just intricately carved and reinforced with iron bands, and they rest unopened. They're closed right now. Above the doors is a sign that hangs with the Sneaky Goose in that same sort of like painted silvery calligraphy that you had noticed on the signs as you were approaching there. And then just outside the entrance, you see a series of like bubbling cauldrons that line the pathway. And then you can see that the contents in there are sort of like simmering and releasing some fragrant steam. The vapors that they're emitting sort of carry the sense of sage and lavender. As everyone there is sort of like awaiting the arrival of Elysian Silver Mist, you can see that it's quieted whispers, just sort of hullabaloo, talking about, oh, what is he showing us tonight, that kind of thing. I want to ask, where do you guys try to get to or approach? It's kind of like it's a semicircle area, but in the middle there's kind of like this like extra spot where it seems people know is where he might show himself, or descend down to, however he introduces himself.
I'm gonna probably stay along the edges of the half circle, just kind of near the back.
Are you guys hoods up again or no?
Yeah.
While sticking close to the party, try to surround myself with people so I blend in. I am still nervous and checking over my shoulder.
So trying to blend, but not necessarily stealthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I turn to our new friends in a haze. Why don't we get up front?
Shoved it a little bit.
Really? Up front?
Yes,
I have to shove through all these people.
that's fine. I'm a big guy. Make way, we're coming through.
As he starts to just like shove people, you can see like a couple of smaller halflings that are just there like, oh, are you being? Oh.
Drake the giant.
Yes, they sort of like shove this like way forward for you guys if you would like, and anyone can follow through there if you want. But
No,
it sounds like you
lizards
three are
too
kind of
big.
staying in the back, trying to blend in.
I'm going up.
You're
front.
going
I'm walking
through.
up, but I'm gonna be kind of
Like I'm just
kind
chummed
of
up
behind
with
him
you
if
guys.
I
Okay.
can be.
Where's Bosco and
Kind of
Nixel at?
I'm hanging
You wide
back
enough?
with lizard folk.
Okay.
Nixel is also hanging back, but he's floating just high enough to see over all the halflings' heads.
You see a little kid kind of like look up at you and go, and she turns, she goes, oh my. He's quite an interesting fellow, isn't he?
Do I clock this?
I give me a perception check, but I would. The DC is easy.
It's an 11.
Yeah, no. You would 100% notice this.
I would pull a gear out of my pocket and flick it to the kid.
Like,
Roll
He's
to
never
see
seen
if he
a
catches it.
gear
See if he catches
before.
Hits him
Roll a
in the-
5.
hits him in the
He
eye.
goes, oh, and then like scurries over there, and like grabs it. Look, Mama, I got it. As you get a wink from the mom, like thanks, basically.
Oh.
First Bosco's lady, now this mom in the crowd.
Road
They saw the lady
He's
go.
a good-looking fairy.
Jawline.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Jawline.
That
Nixel just smiles.
That
back.
chiseled
Jawline,
jawline.
You're not gonna roll for persuasion?
The general people group here is mostly human elves. There's a couple of halflings nearby. There's a mix of children and adults. You see a couple of other dragonborns here or there, but nothing too crazy. You definitely don't see any lizard folk.
Yeah.
As the crowd's murmurs kind of fall silent, as like the small window balcony doors just start to creak open a little bit, you see Elysian Silver Mist just sort of step out into the light. His presence is kind of commanding and enigmatic. He's clad in flowing black and blue robes that are adorned with a bedazzling, absolutely shimmering aquamarine around his neck. As he comes out onto the balcony and places his hands calmly there, you can see that he's also portraying like an elvish features. And they're rather pale as well. He says, welcome, seekers of wonder, dreamers of the extraordinary, and adventurers of the unknown. Tonight, beneath the watchful gaze of the stars, we gather to witness the birth of a new enchantment. The crowd sort of like leans in a little bit closer, just kind of captivated by every word that he's saying. Not necessarily enchanted, but just captivated. He's you see the aquamarine sort of like shimmer a little bit more as he gracefully descends from the wrought iron balcony via a staircase that just consists of clouds and starlight. And as he calmly just sort of struts down to the main level, the people kind of like give him a little bit more room in the center. I am Elysian Silvermist, and within these walls of the Sneaky Goose, I craft not just potions, but miracles. Each elixir, each brew, is a symphony of elements, a dance of creation that bridges the mundane with the magical. Tonight, I present to all of you my latest creation, the perfume of bewitching. A potion of such allure, it captivates the senses and ensnares the heart. But such power must be wielded with care and respect. His eyes kind of sparkle with both wisdom and mischief as he scans the eager faces in the crowd. As he's scanning the crowd, Gax,
Yes.
he makes eye contact with you. To celebrate this unveiling, I will select one of you, and whoever you came with tonight to partake in a friendly challenge.
Uh-oh.
As he extends his hands, palms up, and makes this kind of rainbow motion, you can see the aquamarine shimmer again, and then you are all encompassed in this fog cloud. There's a lot of like half-hearted claps and like the shock of just in general of like this happening where you basically become blinded.
I've got.
During this commotion, in your ear, you feel this. Give me an Arcana check.
25.
You know this to be a message cantrip, and in your ear you hear. You have been chosen to participate in the Dragon's Box Challenge. Move quickly inside so you're not noticed.
Okay.
You can respond to this message.
Okay. Hearing that, it was you three that stayed back, right? And did you stay back too?
Mhm.
So then I will, if I'm able to see my friends next to me.
You are blinded.
None of them can see.
So actually, as you're trying to like figure out where all your friends are, you feel a small hand grab your hand and sort of like pull you towards where you knew the door was.
Okay.
Can I see any of this? Because
You're
I can
all blinded.
No, but I can see in darkness and shades of
This
gray.
is not
to
dark.
60?
This
no,
is
okay.
not dark.
So I can't see anything.
This is
Shades of
fog,
gray.
the fog cloud spell.
Oh, okay. Good.
So yeah, it's basically just straight up blindness.
Lame.
As you are pulled towards the door and taken inside, I'm assuming you're not struggling against it, or are you?
No, but I would say
The voice that spoke in the message cantrip was not of any malicious nature or intent.
As I'm being pulled forward, wait, I still need to grab some of my friends. Female elf, dragonborn.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Don't worry about it. They'll be labeled. They'll be labeled. Just come with me.
Before
the spell fades.
Yeah, I literally looked up and I was like, I don't even know anybody else.
Please, quickly.
I just go.
You shuffle in. Excellent.
No, it's not.
As you get inside and the
Well, you were the
doors
first two that
close
I
quickly
thought of when you
behind
walked
you,
away to go up front. So I was like,
the
shit.
doors quickly fade behind you. That is when the fog cloud comes and disperses just out of nowhere. You get your vision back, and you can see kind of like the kerfuffle that went on, and people are like the mother that you was like, where are you, Andrew? As he sort of like scampered away somewhere, she's like trying to pick him out of the crowd. Eventually, you notice that she does find him. He didn't go far. He just like he was also taken aback in the
start
chaos.
looking for this boy.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to be upset or anything like that. You see on the inside just a larger than life room. It doesn't quite match what was on the outside. It's kind of too big for that, right? But you still have the general, like, there's a glass dome roof at the top. And inside you can see there's like 1 billion potion bottles freaking everywhere. Shelves of them. There's tons of like potion alchemical ingredients all over the place. Not chaotically, but organized. There's a couple of doors in the back as well that probably go to like smaller offices, would be your best guess. But what you don't expect is in front of you is not an elf. It's not the person you saw before. What you see in front of you now is a young, about 25-year-old with blue eyes, curly blonde hair, and like a left cheek dimple, and wearing these like royal blue vest and black slacks. He's got this sash with lots of like small vials that are just tucked into it. You see a halfling. And he looks up to you and goes, well, my name's Goose.
Gax, nice to meet you.
Welcome to the Sneaky Goose. As you can tell, I am not Elysian Silvermist, and you cannot tell anyone. Understood?
Okay.
Excellent. As he says that, he looks around for a second, and you see him clock what looks to be a pigeon.
Okay. That's concerning.
He goes,
Yeah.
this pigeon looks rather strange. It's not your normal, like, New York pigeon. This is like, it's almost raven-like, and it's got beady red eyes. And he goes, Francis, will you get the others? You said you had friends, right?
Yes, I do.
Who were they?
I just don't even remember any of their names, to be
What's
honest
our
with
names?
you. Yeah, exactly. Don't remember any of their names. But other than Argar's, and then I give, and Cedric's, and a good description of all of them. Well, we had a good conversation about like, the medicine and all that type of stuff, so I would remember that. Oh, and Bosco. I know Bosco because of his voice.
Francis, you
That's
got
hard
all
to
that?
forget.
You hear like a little as he flies off through the balcony, through this tiny little like small hole. You guys see at this time this weird looking pigeon just fly over top, and every single one of you gets like a silvery poop dropped on you.
I love that.
like a poop emoji shaped thing, but silver.
Just like a bird dropping, but silvery in nature.
We've been marked.
Cedric is. Does it smell?
It doesn't have any smell. No.
Did I see it come from the pigeon?
You did see it come from the
I'm
pigeon.
disgusted.
Nixel would take out a hanky and wipe it.
As you try and wipe it,
And
it doesn't move. You can make an Arcana check if you'd like.
yes.
I would also like to do that.
Sure.
Okay, can I?
Yeah.
Because
It is not Nixel's night.
my dice is stuck.
Dice jail for that one. 16.
16. Hold on. Head of tab. 18.
18. I'm assuming bad.
It was a 1.
There's a lot of those going around.
So I think Nixel,
Failing all the things
to
that
honor
Nixel
the-
is good at.
to honor the natural 1, this shit fell right on your head. And as you go to wipe it off, you're like trying to get it, but all of a sudden you're like, it seems you're allergic.
Throat starts to close up.
Oh, no.
As you guys give me an insight check, and the Arcana checks, you guys realize that this is magical in nature. That bird was way too accurate, way too smart to just be a normal pigeon, right? So there's definitely some sort of it's gaining its magic from something, and the fact that it's magical, it probably won't wipe off until you get to where you're supposed to be.
I'm still disgusted.
And rightly so. It is a pigeon crab.
Insight, you said? You said roll insight or no?
Insight, yes.
9.
Oh, yeah. Oh, goodness. 13.
13. Insight?
Oh, I was like, were we
Are we
supposed to
all
roll?
rolling?
I think
Yeah,
we
you
were
can all
supposed to
roll.
So I have one quick question. You said so when you're inside, there's potions like all along the walls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, how many doors was in there again?
There's like one larger door on one side, and on the other side there's 2 smaller doors.
Okay. When you say smaller, like height-wise? Or
Height-wise.
Like, okay. Not like one's a double door, one's a single door.
Smaller in the sense that, like, yeah, it's height-wise, and 2, it's a smaller room. The nature of the house would have been smaller. Or that section of it would have been smaller. Because it's tucked in a corner. So yeah, what'd you roll?
18.
18. The insight check on this bird seems to be some sort of, the bird itself is also magical in nature. It seems to be a familiar. This is someone's pet. This is someone's, it listens to orders and it listens to them well. As it makes its circle and goes back inside, you now all hear another message separately in your own ears saying the same thing. Head inside. You've been marked.
I look around and see that Gax isn't near me, and I just I slowly saunter my way towards where it directs us.
Nixel will he'll grumble a little bit for the first time. If anyone is nearby, they'll hear Nixel grumble for the first time, and he'll light up over everyone's head and over to the door.
Cool.
Cedric politely tries to walk through the crowd and also makes an effort to not get his bird crap covered shoulder touching anyone.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll walk in.
Just chilling, walking in?
Oh yeah.
Cool. As you guys sort of walk in, you see a couple of other people that are like, they've done this a couple of times, they know what's going to happen. They sort of like try and rush up. And as they sort of like bolt in front of you, one of the cauldrons sort of like bubbles a little bit more, and they get like hit with like a mist that sort of like dazes them and like sends them kind of like dumbfounded. And then they sort of like walk back the other way. As you guys approach the doors just sort of swing open for you, and Goose is like, move to the side so they can't see.
Okay. I'll move over to the side.
He moves over to the side too, make sure that no one can see anyone as the doors sort of open. As you guys walk in, the poo, you realize, was your ticket. As it evaporates as you cross the border
Oh, thank you much.
of the doors.
So wipes his nose and thank goodness.
As the doors start to shut again, you guys now see this halfling. Ah. Welcome to the Sneaky Goose. Obviously, I am not Elysian Silver Mist. My name is Goose, and this is my potion shop. And you guys are about to experience a wonderful challenge that I have created. Are you up for it?
Sure. Sounds pretty good to me.
The reward will be the perfume of bewitching in 5 doses, which is equal to about 250 gold worth.
Oh, we're in.
We'll take it.
We're in.
Please.
This potion is it's like a love potion. It's like you make someone infatuated with you. Is that what it is?
It can help persuade, it can help deceive, it can help in multiple facets.
I understood it as a love, but I'm like, so it's like Nixel essence in a bottle.
In total, it just makes you a more charismatic, well-liked being.
Okay.
Hence the name, Perfume of Bewitching. It does smell rather nice as well. I must say so myself. So yes, let me take you inside. By the way, this is my potion shop.
What? Oh yeah.
Since you, and I will say now, since you are participating, win or lose, you will be able to browse the shop at any time, whether after or in another occasion. But only people who participate in the challenges are allowed. It is how I do business. And you may be wondering why I selected you all. It's because I know where money is.
I know where money is too.
I understand the difference between adventurers and commoners and what they would be able to afford. And so I make it magical. I make it profound. I enthrall their senses. But I'm really only looking for particular clients. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. How is it sustainable? You know?
I have a wide array of potions that are useful to many sorts of people.
So you've had adventurers return from their adventures with money to spare?
Many times. There are also foreigners who come here just for a look at the wares, as I myself am not native to Port Fisher either. Are we clear then? Now that you know a little bit about me, I hope you are settled and will participate.
Yes, of course.
Sounds like fun.
Excellent. Let's get started. As you know, you will be participating in the Dragon's Box Challenge. One of my favorite challenges. It has stumped many. As he takes you to the back room that's with the larger door, you can see that the glass dome still is in that room. And what he brings you to is a smaller room with lots of like chests and knickknacks and things that are just sort of like tucked in corners. And he says, that there is the Dragon's Box. And you see there's a 6-sided box. It's just a cube. And around it there's multiple, there's 5 potions around it. And he explains to you, these are Dragon's Breath potions. There are 5 of them, but there are 6 layers to the box. The perfume of bewitching is within the box. You must unveil each side of the box, and it will open up to you. And you will have won the challenge. Understood? Excellent. And he about faces and leaves.
So this is a cube, and obviously 6 sides. One side being on the ground, and there's 5 bottles of dragon's breath. Or do the 5 bottles have anything distinguishing them, or do they look the exact same?
The 5 bottles are definitely different. They're colored in different ways.
Is the box colored in the same ways?
No, but the room is colored in different ways.
Oh, okay. Is the room? Can you say what parts of the room are what color? Is it like one wall is one color, the opposite wall is a different color?
Yeah. So in the you've got four sides to the room. One is yellow.
Okay.
One is red. One is blue, and one is white.
What color is the ceiling?
The floor is like a green mosaic. They're all kind of like mosaic-y patterned, but the floor is green, and then obviously you have the roof, which is glass.
Okay. And I'm assuming the bottles are the same colors.
The bottles themselves are you've got a yellow one, a red one, a blue one, a white one, and a green one.
They're the same colors. I already forget.
Yeah. So one wall is yellow, one wall is red, one wall is blue, one wall is white. The floor is green. The roof is glass.
Yes. And there's the coinciding bottles.
Yeah,
So
5 of the bottles.
So I'm
all
assuming
coincide
it's
color.
the bottle with dragon's breath. If we use dragon's breath on the correct colored wall corresponding to the cube, it will open. Now the question is the cube oriented in the same way as the room is? As in, is the left side of the cube the side corresponding with the red colored wall?
Yeah.
Give me an investigation check.
I'll assist you on that.
Ooh, I have guidance. Can I put it on myself?
100% you can
Yeah.
use guidance.
Hell yeah.
He didn't say you can use spells.
D4 to the roll.
Well, was it an investigation?
Yeah.
15. Okay.
A 15 on investigation.
Mm-hmm.
As you and Gax are sort of like messing around picking this box up.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. If he's helping me, is that advantage or no?
It is advantage.
Oh, then
yeah.
I'm sorry. You can do it. Can I roll again?
Yeah, 100%.
Without the guidance?
You had the guidance.
That's not better. 15.
15. As you're looking at it, all of the edges of it are kind of like, it seems too dense, and the outside is kind of like a copper feel, so it should be more lightweight, but you can tell that it's more dense than what copper should be, right?
So it's not moving.
And on one side, you can see that there's a different kind of like shimmer, and as you look it over, you can see that there's a mirror on only one side. Like kind of, it's a copper overlay, but that the shininess on that one side is mirror-like. You can see a reflection in only that one side.
Okay, well that, I think okay. I don't know if anyone wants to chime in, but I have an idea.
Maybe that one has to be pointed towards the roof.
Yeah, I thought so too. Any objections?
No objections, but it seems too easy. Go ahead.
Well, that solves the orientation of where we shoot green, which is the floor. So we shoot the green one at the bottom, but then that doesn't help us on the sides.
Oh, there's if we say the mirror one is for the roof, there's only 2, or well, no, there's actually multiple orientations that you can make it
Exactly. Because keeping it
It's a little harder than you thought.
keeping it pointed at the roof, you can rotate it indefinitely.
Yeah, but
Are we in agreement that the bottom, as in the opposite side of the mirrored one, is green?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
So does someone want to try using the potion and using it on the opposing side to the shiny side?
Argar volunteers to try it.
Yeah, go grab a potion.
The green ones, not just a potion.
Yeah.
The green ones.
Right.
Specify.
Yeah,
So I will say the potions that are in front of you are enough for one attempt.
Yeah, I assume as much.
so we do have to get this right the first time. So we do have to think this through.
Yeah.
Can the box be moved? I'm assuming. I don't know if that's already been. I just missed it.
The box can be moved, yeah.
Can it? You said it's overlaid with copper, but only one side is shiny.
Yep.
Are there any other markings on any of the non-shiny sides?
They're all kind of these kind of like wispy dragon-like creatures that are just like all over the place.
Do they match the mosaic designs?
They don't match the mosaic
Okay.
designs, no.
um,
Each side looks pretty similar to the other. It's just the difference between that one mirror-like side.
And then the mirror is the mirror like side pointing up, or is it pointing at a different direction currently?
I think they placed it kind of
Placed
face
it
up.
pointing. So like if the
So it's
top of the
it's
bottle-
facing against the glass basically.
Yes. Is the glass? Is it just pure glass, like no markings on the ceiling at all?
It's one of those like, I mean, you remember?
Or is there a design?
You remember kind of like Willy Wonka, where there was a glass roof that they burst through?
yes.
It's that
Yeah.
style.
Okay.
I see. So it's symmetrical. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see. I'm confident on the bottom being green, but I don't want to move forward.
Yeah.
I guess what side was where? What? Obviously, the mirror side can reflect off of the glass in the mirror could be used, but only 5.
Why don't we try matching the sides to the walls? Does it work?
Brilliant.
But the
That's
side-
what
I'll
it-
try to.
I
I'll
thought
try
somebody
to.
already did that.
I'll
I thought you
try
already
to-
did that.
The sides are all bronze, though, aren't they?
They're all like copper. They're all the same.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
So
just the mirror
it was
thing that
just
you
the
noticed.
wall and the,
My question
okay.
is the dragons on it.
I mean,
So
there's
each
sides, but I
side, are they depicting different types of dragons, or are they all the same?
Based on the investigation check, they're not determining anything. It's just design.
Okay.
I mean, he did call it the dragon's box.
Yeah, that's.
I feel like if we do the bottom, wait, if we use the dragon's breath on the box and it's correct, I don't know if he mentioned this. Will the side open? Will it become clear? Will it disappear?
He didn't say. You don't know.
He didn't say. Okay.
There's
like-
only one
Right
way
now-
to find out.
And right
Is
now the
there a
box is like
clear-
on something, like
It's just on
Or-
the ground, I think.
it's on the ground.
Facing shiny side up.
It's not like
Okay, so
Yes.
let's go over exactly what the orientation is. So we know green is on the ground.
Yes.
rings.
There are
mirror
other
faces
things in this room
What?
that you
What?
could go look
What?
around.
What's in the room?
Let's look around.
No, what's in this room?
Just give me whoever is looking around. Just give me a general investigation check.
Oh, wait, that is this a what?
No,
11.
Yeah.
Nixel would be flying in the air
14.
and investigating the room.
10.
14.
The reflector is on the top. So
10,
where?
14,
11.
11s.
So if we were looking at this thing from level, and
Mhm.
green is on the ground, green is
26.
facing the ground.
Yes.
Where would red be? Would it be on the left or the right if we were
Well,
facing?
if we're facing
No
the,
way.
we don't know the
Two.
box yet.
The box
We
is
only
all
know-
copper
I
except
got
for
a
one
4.
side is mirror.
Yes, and
The
the mirror.
walls and the floor are colored.
Oh,
and
it's the
top
wall
is
and the
glass.
floors
Yes.
that are colored.
And
Okay.
also, can we right now do we like which side? If we all look this way as a party, which
Which one?
color would this be?
You were right. Everybody's right. That's my left.
Exactly.
Everybody's right.
Yeah.
So I said
Red.
yellow,
Oh, yellow.
yellow,
front.
red, blue, white.
Okay.
Do it again. Yellow.
Yellow, red, blue, white.
So with your 26,
Oh,
damn,
26.
it was. This is crazy that you rolled so high on this.
Who rolled what?
Nixel.
Nick.
So I rolled a 26.
As you're sort of flying around,
What's
the
that?
rest of them are sort of like investigating the room, trying to figure out this puzzle going on, and you kind of go off in a corner. And what you catches your eye is a compass. Being an artificer, you find this compass. You know that a compass always points north. And you decide to bring this kind of like just shitty looking compass over to the box. And as you start to get closer, you notice the compass shifts. As if to say that the box is somehow magnetic.
He notices that, not us.
Yeah. It still hurt my head.
Yeah. Actually, Gax, give me a nature check.
Oh, guidance. Can I do that? No.
He's
Yeah.
like, brother, you're just staying
Well, it
by
says
me
I have
all
the
the
touch,
time.
so.
Abuse guidance as much as you want.
26.
It doesn't bother me. 26? Yeah, you see his compass, and it sparks something in your mind of, hey, there's a glass roof. I know the stars, and I know what position they're always in. Right? So you would know, potentially, you have your own compass when you look up and see the stars.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I guess. Nixel, come here for a moment.
Nixel flits on over.
Why don't you put the compass down on top of the box? For a minute. I would like to try something.
All right. And Nixel will fly up on top of the cube, land gently, and then put the compass in the middle.
Okay. As you put the thing on the compass, it's the needle just starts to go haywire. It doesn't know which way to go. As you're sort of playing with it a little bit, you realize that one side is based on you being naturally a 20 int. You're pretty godlike genius. You would understand the mechanics of this magnet to be when a magnet deals with a compass, it screws with it. It changes where north is because of how polarity works, right? So you would, the minute you put it on one side, the north, it matches, and then on the other side, you see that there's a south side. So you can determine which side is north, east, south, and west.
Oh,
Nixel would relay that information to Gax and say, would he... Nixel would try to convey which side is north, which side is south, which side is west, east, to Gax, so that we can line this thing up.
Okay.
So while he's saying that, can I be looking up at the stars with my little book in hand, like kind of charting everything from what I've known from this area?
Yeah, so I think him giving you this information, you sort of understand how the box is supposed to be laid out, and now it's a matter of connecting the dots between the breaths and which position they go on.
You know which way.
But you know that the breaths have colors to them. And the walls also have colors.
So you know which way the room is oriented because
Yeah.
you can tell the sky. Can you see which color of the room is north?
Yeah, can I? Like, which...
Like looking up at the glass.
Yeah, you have your own compass up there.
Mm-hmm. So then knowing that, for me anyways, knowing which way is north, west, east, and south, and having Nixo play around with the compass and stuff like that. Oh, so it's just
You
the
know
compass
that
that we have
so at this point you can connect that the yellow,
to- Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that's north, red is east, south is
Yellow's north.
blue, and then west is white.
Okay.
Oh, easy.
So
Yeah.
then I just want to confirm with the information I relayed, was the rest of the party moving the box to make sure that the north side was closest
I think
to
you
the
would
yellow
100% make sure that it was in the right orientation.
Yeah. So like as he's sliding.
And now
it
it's just a
around and
matter of you
stuff, it's
guys doing,
Yeah.
taking the potions and breathing on them.
Are we
Oh,
breathing on
yeah.
the sides of the boxes or the walls?
I think the box.
I think it's
To open the box. I also.
But we have
do
to
we
be-
know if it's at the same time or can we do it one at a time? I might be overthinking it.
Let's do it one at a
I think
time.
I
But
think
there's
it doesn't
five,
need to be
and
specified.
there's 6 layers to the box.
Well, the 6th is the mirrored one.
Right.
So that's the one corresponding to the glass, so there's no color.
I think we do it one at a time.
Oh,
I
wait.
think that it could
But how do we
spawn
breathe on
something.
the
bottom of the box.
How do we breathe?
Well, we can pick it up.
Having a stroke of genius, Nixel would say, Gax, this top piece reflects whatever is in front of it. We should make sure that it's reflecting the correct directions from the sky.
Okay.
Just to double check.
Okay. Guess I start aligning it that way.
Yeah, you realign the box, and it seems like it's ready to go.
So the
Like
north,
you
the
have-
north side of the box is facing the north side of the room.
Correct.
Let's grab a potion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to go for it?
Nixel,
I reach for the blue potion.
Nixel would jump down and grab the yellow potion.
I grabbed the green potion.
I guess I'll grab the white potion.
Perhaps I should stand guard, and I'll kind of place my shield in front of myself.
Oh shit.
I think Bosco's gonna hide behind.
Yeah, wait, wait. You're
Are
all
you-
doing this at the
take
same
the-
time?
No.
Take the last
Why
potion
would
over
you
there,
do
Aries.
I was gonna
Take
just say we should
I'm
The
not,
red.
at the same
Pick
time.
the
just
red.
I'm not
say-
comfortable
Well,
with
then
this
how will we
situation.
hold
I don't
this,
want to be
right?
the one to do this.
It's like we have to lift it up
I
to
don't
get
want
the
to be
bottom
the
as
one
well.
to do that.
So it
So
doesn't.
we're
Yeah.
You
holding it to
stand
the
up
bottom. Your
here.
hand would be covering one of the or two.
Do you
of the
want to
sides.
wait to do the green? So do all.
I
I don't
do
think
one
it
at a
needs to be
time.
done
No.
simultaneously.
I
I think
don't-
it
yeah,
needs.
I don't
It can be
think
done.
it is.
So whoever did green, I guess does do the bottom.
Bosco should do green. Just walk underneath. Somebody will hold it for you.
One at a
So-
time, you'll all go.
Let's start with
Everybody
yellow.
else can hide
Why yellow?
behind
Well,
me.
colors.
North.
Nixel would say, does it make sense to start with north?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
And as he takes the dragon's breath potion and I guess he breathes on it and
You drink
puts on
it.
So which one are you taking?
Oh, drink it. Yeah. So he would
Which color did you take?
Yellow.
Yellow.
So Nixel would drink it.
So as you take the yellow, in your body you feel like this just like almost repulsive, like acidic taste.
Oh, it's acid.
Yep.
And it almost makes you gag a little bit. And as you take the box, you just sort of as it goes all over the floor and hits the box. But as it hits the box, you were doing it on which side?
The north, so
It goes, giving you this sort of like it worked feeling.
Throw up on it.
Reflux.
Who's next?
my
I'll
mother
go
starts
next.
doing this.
on a box.
I'll go
Yeah.
next. Or Argar stands on the blue side, downs it, exhales.
So you were doing blue,
so
which is
lightning, I believe.
so
South.
south.
Yeah,
Okay.
south. Sorry.
So as you take it, you get this like winter chill.
Oh, not what I thought it was.
And your whole like the back of your throat seems to like seize up for a second. You're like, as it just all like blasts out, and you guys feel like this rush of just icy cold wind as it again goes. Who's up?
Well, there's white, red, and green.
I guess I'll go with white. I'll do white on the west side of the box.
Okay.
I drink the potion.
As you gulp it down.
Yeah.
You feel like the just like
Oh.
zapping in your teeth, sending
Like
just
pop rocks.
yeah, chills throughout your whole body as you. You're not quite sure what the fuck to do with it, and it just like explodes out of your mouth and it smashes into the box, kind of like boom, off into the different areas of the room as it.
I say, pardon my manners.
Who's up?
Who took?
There's red and green left, right?
I have the green potion.
Okay, I'll take Bosco. Grab the red. Down it. Yep, and hit the east side.
Alrighty. Hit the east side. Bosco downs it. It feels like just a spicy wine that just hits your gut and gives you this warm feeling. And as you sort of like starting to like enjoy it, into the box and who's got the other one?
I have the green potion.
Okay. As you down this green potion, I'm assuming where's it going?
Oh, on the bottom.
Bottom. Cool. You get this sort of like, and you're not quite sure what it was, and then you're like, oh, that's a poison berry. And immediately just like start to like foam at the mouth a little bit as it just, and you spit on it, and it just, the box does not open.
Right, because it was 5.
We did 5.
Yeah, there's 6 layers, he said. I don't understand what you guys said with the mirror thing. I was like, there's still 6 layers to unlock it, and that's why I was talking about the mirror and reflecting with the glass. You just used all the, I mean, I don't know, but I didn't blow any, so y'all can't blame me. Or Czar. You can't. There's
Czar?
6 layers.
The way I see it, you didn't do anything.
Oh.
Everyone did.
Yeah, I
give you a
didn't. I spoke and you didn't
confirmed
listen to me.
message that
Yeah,
it did.
Because
everyone-
in his
everyone-
genius, everybody
everyone-
thought it was right.
But every one of them give a confirmation.
I
we
know.
What if it's not done yet?
Yeah.
We've missed a
Do we
step.
point it at? Is it still pointed? Do we point it at the sky?
Yeah, no,
It's
that was the only
Work!
thing
It
that,
fucking worked!
yeah, that was the
Nothing
invitation that we
happens.
had.
Mater, please.
I could try something.
Do you have any fire you can
I could try something else.
Do you have a dragon?
We
or
had
thunder breath
one
or something?
chance. We may have blown it, but I can try this. It is a dragon box anyway, right?
The dragon's breath? You? What?
Yes.
Onto the shiny side?
Yes. Perhaps the reflection needs a bit of a
Are you
crack.
Are you a gem dragonborn?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Walks up to it. And I'm gonna use my last charge of my breath weapon on it.
Oh.
As you get this sort of like loud energy coursing through yourself, boom, as it just amplifies everywhere in the room, hits the box, and you see
Clutch. Wow.
One charge.
as out from it you see a pink glow appear, and inside you can see that there's a corked bottle with just this effervescent, like illuminated pink liquid. It's just, you can just sort of swirl it around and look at it in the light, and it just sparkles.
Hell yeah.
I'll gently try it and examine it.
So as you take out the perfume of bewitching, you hear a tuk, 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 tuk on the door. Everyone good in there?
Yes, we finished.
And I'll like go to open the door.
Well, that's excellent. As you open the door, oh my God, you've done it!
Wasn't too hard.
I want to ask him a question. If a different group without a dragonborn showed up, how would they have done the last square?
They couldn't have. This puzzle was for us.
He's right.
Then why were you expecting us?
Not expecting.
He seeks out adventurers. You think he doesn't have eyes and ears?
You're more calculated than I gave you credit for.
Well, thank you. Well, I suppose congratulations are in order. If you would like to peruse the shop, for winners, you can return anytime at a 20% discount on all potions.
That's nice.
That's what I call a buff.
It just like doesn't matter. All of his potions are still stupid expensive.
20% of 3,000 gold.
Yeah.
What's the margin on this now?
Don't get me started.
So, I thank you for your participation in this challenge. I'm excited to see a winner for once. And, yeah, just make sure that the goose name doesn't reach outside of here. Understood?
I should look at Bosco.
I help just as much as everyone else.
More so when you don't say the goose name outside of the Sneaky Goose.
Well, it's called the Sneaky Goose. I get it, you're sneaky.
Well then.
Let's just say we don't want to lose our discount.
I won't keep you. If you'd like to peruse, that's fine. It's always at night. I'm not open during the day.
Interesting.
She's bad for clientele, but okay.
The clientele, again,
It was very
is specific.
Yes.
Most laborers and day workers return to their homes for the evening. Adventurers tend not to.
Fair enough.
Do you carry any incense?
Yes, I do have that available.
Could I purchase 10 gold's worth of incense from you?
He rushes over, grabs you 10 gold's worth of incense, and hands it to you.
Take out 10 gold and I plop it in his hand?
I do.
Or wait, do I get a 20% discount?
Or is that a 20% discount?
Everything in the shop.
Oh, okay.
So 8 gold.
I do try
That
to
works for
peruse
me.
some of the less expensive potions. See what those look like.
The common potions that you see, so those are typically 50 gold, so they're priced down to 40.
Mm-hmm.
You see potions of resistance, you see potions of water breathing, you see potions of dragon's breath, potion of animal friendship, oil of slipperiness, potions of growth. You also see a bunch of potions of healing as well.
How much are the healing potions? They're 50? Well, down to 40.
Yeah.
Which is a oil.
I'll have to come back another time.
40.
Not today.
How long does this potion of bewitching last?
An hour.
Each dose.
Each dose. You have
You
5
gonna
doses.
use it on him? For even further discount?
That was not my intent.
Oh, well, I'm not saying that as Cedric, but okay.
Yeah, I was saying. Coming from you.
No, oh.
Well, you've been keeping an eye on me, so I don't know whether or not.
Nixel would commend Goose on the fine engineering that he utilized within that puzzle.
It's fascinating, isn't it? I received that box as a gift.
Do you mind if I ask who? Or from whom?
Certainly. I received it from Cork Blackraven.
Who's he?
He's the head of the Crow's
head
Vigil.
Of the Crow's Vigil. Bosco. Make a history check.
What was his name? Quark?
Cork.
6.
Ooh.
6. I will say that this person looks very similar in presentation and style, and again the blonde hair to Korik. But there are other things that you don't know that relate to Korik.
I want to relay this, but not in front of him.
Sure.
With
you
that
can relay
voice.
that- you can
I'm
relay
quiet
that once
when
you
you're
guys
talking.
get outside or something.
Are there any healing potions?
There are some healing potions, yeah.
Yeah, they're like 40 gold accounting for the discount. So.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, I must have been my own little.
A potion of healing is 50G normally, and then he gave you the 20.
It is what it is.
I'm gonna ask, is this all that you have? Your potions?
Wow.
Well, I do have
Is this it? Is this it? Do you have any specialty for your winners? Any special potions that you're
Anything that's just
saving
really
in the back?
cool.
Interesting. In the
Also, do you make them yourself, or do they come from somewhere else?
I do
Are they
make them
imported?
myself. They are all of my creation.
Are they imported?
Me? No.
It's every few months. I have recently been working on this one, and I finally
Oh,
perfected
yeah.
it.
That was us, yeah.
What is it? Can we see?
That was me and Gax.
You have it in your hands.
Oh, this one. Okay, nothing
Yeah.
specialty behind it. Okay.
Yeah.
Gax, we need to meet
Alright, I
with Cork
guess.
at some point, right?
That's my
Yeah.
next
I'm gonna pull
creation
you over.
is
Wait, was it
of
cool?
a
No, we need
of
to meet
a
that
similar nature, but
Oh, the
used
hunter.
for alternative purposes.
Someone needed to go
However, I
get
won't
someone
reveal
needed
my
to
new
Cork.
research or new potions until
Get their
it is
armor.
complete.
But they already did that.
And are you?
I thought
So I
the
take it you're in
armor
business with
was
Cork then?
Cork's up here.
She
The
gave you this
armor's
box,
down
you said?
here.
It was because they helped.
Not necessarily in business.
Session 0.
but yeah, not necessarily in business with, but more good business allies, I suppose.
Wait, side note, we have not met Quark yet, right? He's the one that we're trying to get, like, his speeds or whatever. I was like, that was the other guy we were talking to, right?
Can I pull one of these two travelers aside?
Travelers.
Be my guest.
Who?
I'm not going to imprison.
Oh, us.
Who wants to chat for a sec?
You.
You're gonna have to lean down.
I'm going to butt my way in and listen anyways.
I
And you said
know.
one.
I know you guys wanted a little bit of gold for what you did to an Argo.
That did two. Did four.
Four.
Saved him.
What? Are you gonna let me finish?
Get your facts straight, Bosco. Before you incriminate me, I saved his butt. Saved his ship. Continue.
I don't claim to know much, but
Clearly.
this. If you want your payment, this sure looks like the guy. Clark.
Are you saying that he is Clark?
No one hears this but us, okay?
My history, I'm not that good.
Oh.
Yeah, but it resembles the guy.
Hearing the history
Alright,
thing, Gax
you wanna
opens
intimidate,
up
what,
his book
persuade,
and
what?
underneath like symptoms
You
of
guys
Bosco,
are
he has a separate
intimidation.
page from when he talked to the mushroom
You
guy.
hear-
He like wrote everything down. He goes, still has memory issues. Puts it away.
You hear in your head, you're telling us this on an inkling?
Ooh, what other halfling has got this curly hair, blue eyes, dimples like that?
Well, you didn't tell us that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, strip him down, try to find his tattoo.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is he messaging him?
Strip him
Wait,
down.
when he's messaging him and he's talking back, is he saying this out loud or is he messaging like it
He
back
has
to
to
you?
say
And
it out loud because
okay, that's what I'm saying.
nobody can respond to my mental.
Okay,
message.
so what I'm saying is he's
We're
saying
right
all
next
these
to
random
each other.
thing. Yeah, but like I hear your response, but it's not what you said to him.
His
Okay.
things in that voice.
Okay, well definitely.
I think you seek
You
payment.
intimidate or I persuade.
Well, if I do recall, Anago said he'd be more than willing to give you money. No need to intimidate.
I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do for this money. Or you gotta do what you gotta do for my money.
Am I hearing all this? Because I was a part of that group.
Mm-mm.
They
You're
had
now buddy with
specifically
him.
went outside.
You have found your new friend.
Excuse me.
You're just
not
going
telling
to
me.
potions.
I'm looking at the health potion specifically. Wishing I could afford it.
I'll lean over to Ares
Is
here.
this how this works? Is this how this works?
Persuasion probably is the better bet here. We just made a friend and got a discount.
Frenchman. Alright, I'm like, so.
You could have talked to me. I would have given you guidance. Just saying. I was a part of that. I was a part of that group. That I should get that payment too.
Excuse me.
It's good catch.
Okay, alright, we're off track here. What were we doing? What was I saying?
Walk up and convince him.
So where can we find this Korik? Because I've got some business with him from Inago.
Nago.
Thank you. Inago. He told us, yeah, he would speak with us, no issue, and just to mention his name. So I need to find him right away. And I'm gonna, use my persuasion, okay? Because I'm very charming, I look beautiful, and I'm telling you.
Go ahead and roll.
Is she spraying the bewitching potion?
Yes.
on herself?
Wait, are you actually?
I don't get no.
I don't think we're
advantage.
making 50 gold. You're not gonna make that back. 50 gold wasted for like 5 gold.
Alright, wait, am I rolling persuasion?
Persuasion.
Oh god, I don't know which dice to use.
This is why I don't get caught up in that.
Don't look! Oh, it's on.
That's cocked.
Yeah, it is tilted. It is
It's
tilted.
cocked. So
Roll
roll
again.
it.
I mean, honestly, you saw it.
It's cocked.
I don't want to
Was
be.
it-
I
was
don't want
it
to be caught a cheater. 3, but I have +8, so 11.
11. I haven't seen Cork in Port Vischer in a couple of days.
We can't cock any insight on this
Yeah.
because of what he told us. Like if he's
Do I hear that?
Yeah, can I do an insight check?
can we? Yeah.
I think it's
talking
time
loud
to
enough
intimidate.
that
Yeah.
Do I, so I hear now. I now hear him mention Corey.
I'm
Now
gonna
I
put
want
this
to
one
be a
in
part
jail.
of this
It was
conversation.
so good
Yeah.
last week. And
But
it's
can I do an
bad.
insight check to see
It's time.
if
It's time
the
to
lion-
intimidate over there.
Yeah, well, we'll persuade him.
Let's
sure.
Let's get into his
Yeah.
face.
Could I also do that?
Can me talking to him?
Actually,
Yeah, but
I
don't
do.
know
Can I
you,
do
so
guidance?
I keep
Yeah,
getting my
rub me.
cock on the side.
I'm just gonna keep doing it until you say no.
Bosco's
24. I got a 24.
Oh, hell yeah.
14.
24 and what?
14.
Wait,
Uh,
you got a nat 20 and a
his
No. I got 16.
Even
plus
with a
6 is
24,
22, plus a 2 is 20.
his demeanor doesn't look in. He doesn't seem like you guys are like gonna be rude to him in any way. He's generally happy, so he was happy to give you the information as well. His demeanor didn't shift in any way that seemed to give you the sense that he was not telling you the full truth.
And he said,
So Bosco's gonna walk over to Aura.
As he continues,
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, I haven't seen him in a couple of days, and I think he had some business dealings in Asgora, like the capital. He should be returning in a matter of days, but he said it was a matter of importance.
you don't have any idea what these business dealings were?
No, he doesn't go into that stuff with me.
So
Again,
y'all,
I said
so
we
y'all
were
are just
business-
acquaintances.
We're business
acquaintances.
acquaintances.
Yeah, you're not.
He was
you're not
last
close.
seen where? Cork was seen in Aragorn?
Asgora.
Asgora.
Sure, just an incentive.
The Asgoran Mecca, the capital city.
I just don't know what I'm intimidating for. Anyway.
Oh, Bosco's gonna turn to Horror, and I'm gonna ask him.
So this guy is. I got the inkling that he's straight up lying. And this is who we need. This man owes them money.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear that?
No one
Did
else.
he take him aside?
No one else
I don't
can
think so.
intimidate
No.
him here. I sure as hell can. You can. So get up there. Please, may you please go intimidate him. Please.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
I look at you and then I turn to the guy and I start pacing towards him.
Before
he starts pacing towards him, my hand goes on your shoulder.
He's not lying. He's telling the truth.
Who's not lying? You talking about him now?
Yeah.
Okay. He's
He's
not
saying
lying.
that Goose is not lying.
There's only one way to find out if he's lying or not.
Oh my god.
Don't ask me to do
Violence
something
is-
unless you know that it's something
You read
purposeful.
50% the answer.
Do something.
Like, why don't you do something?
Don't edge him on.
Why
Yeah.
don't you? Why don't
He
you
is
be a
kind of.
man
I think we're trying to
and
stop
show off darling?
We literally just made friends with this guy. Can we please not do anything?
Goose listening to all of
We didn't make friends. We just
I mean,
played this little
he's
game.
answering questions, but he's also sort of like shimming around. He's over there, like sort of petting Francis. A
Bird.
He's a bird guy.
So he's
Agreed.
not hearing what
He's-
Bosco is talking about.
Yeah, he's telling the truth about. No, first of all, he's not Cork. I can tell you that. Okay. He's telling the truth about the fact that Cork went to Asgora on a business trip. I'm a fairly good judge of when people are lying and telling the truth.
There's no reason to upset the friend we just made in this port.
And on top of that, he has no reason to lie to us anyway.
That could have been fun, though.
It could have. It could have.
He's lying because he doesn't want to give you your money.
But he gave us a 20% discount.
20% is nothing. Okay?
Oh, 10
Nothing.
gold? 10
Nothing.
gold off?
Nothing compared to what I am owed. I'm saying this quietly.
Are we owed 10 gold?
Are we gonna declare that?
Are you?
Yeah. Are we owed
I'm
10
just
gold?
itching. I'm just itching. I feel like my friend here that we just want to get into a little bit of mischief, but I will listen.
Stand up for yourself.
Bosco's been reading a lot of self-help books recently.
That checks out.
I just think it would have been fun, but I'm not going to be responsible for it. That's why.
Bosco
edged him on,
will
but-
turn around and storm out.
Oh,
I walk out.
Oh, we made Bosco mad.
I walk out.
When Bosco
I kind of
leaves,
just look back and forth and like, what was that?
Just slam the door like a child.
Oh.
when Bosco
Go,
leaves,
Daddy's ours gonna go get you straight. He's
Following
You see him smash the door shut. Goose just sort of looks over and is like, and then whispers something to the pigeon. The pigeon flies off. A few moments later, it craps on you.
Can I wipe it off or no?
No, yeah, you
no
have
way.
to come back, or you'll be permanently stained with silver poop.
So I beg you just pick him up. Beg you just pick him up.
Goose. I guess a return. I gotta get poop off of me.
Oh,
You storm
you're
back
just
in.
gonna storm out of my shop like that and not say goodbye?
You said you say goodbye and run out.
bye, slam.
You know, these are finely crafted doors. You don't just slam doors
Oh,
around
my
here.
ribs hurt.
I don't owe you
I'm literally like just egging him. I'm like, can you tell him, Bosco? Just keep going.
Just worm time.
I'm out. I'm irritated. I'm done. I stick my neck out to try to help everyone, and y'all just don't even care.
You
You
could have
don't
stuck
listen.
your bow and arrow out.
Am I gonna shoot the pigeon? Am I gonna shoot the pigeon?
Bosco's just hiding with his bow. Come out, you fucker.
I'm leaning in the window.
It's pigeon season.
Oh, man.
Now, mortal
Pork
enemies.
season,
Please,
pigeon.
just mortal enemies.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm outside. I'm done. Bosco
Alright.
taking a breather.
Are you just sort of outside waiting for the rest of the group?
Yeah.
Are you pouting while you're
He's
out there?
irritated. He says,
Anything else y'all want to do?
Burn it down.
so when we question, clarifying question, when we come back whenever we want, there's not anything
At
specific we
night.
have to do or say or whatever to get back in.
No
like
password.
that we've won and now we can shop here and with our discount.
Nope, the Sneaky Goose knows.
It's probably pretty. This whole area, building is probably enchanted pretty well. So
Well, all the runes outside. They're arcane runes.
If I cast detect
All
magic,
right.
I'd have a stroke.
Very,
Well,
very
instant.
Well, not
Exactly.
anymore. He's on everything else.
Can I walk my way over to Goose? Are you able to create a potion to change somebody's voice permanently?
Maybe I could alter a potion of comprehension?
Would that be permanent?
I'm not quite sure it would be permanent. That would be quite an ordeal, I would think.
Mm.
I know
And
where
she
your,
and
I
do
know where your
something,
head's
I'll
at.
make it worse.
I look
It'll get worse.
I look at Gax. I know where your head's at. Before we spend any gold on this, let me try healing hands on his throat.
I'm thinking of true polymorph. Like that's the spell that I'm thinking of.
But I could work on that if that's something you're interested in.
No, it's okay. We'll deal with it somehow.
I apologize on Bosco's behalf.
It's alright. It seems he was irritated about something. I'm not one to ask or pry.
Thank you for that.
I'm
We
done
all
shopping.
good?
Yeah, there you
All
go.
done shopping?
I'll
I
let
think
out it.
I will take my leave. I give like a slight head bow and I walk out.
It was nice to meet you all, and I hope you return soon. Enjoy the evening.
Thank you for the invitation.
You'll see us again.
Head out.
Excellent. And you guys start to head out. Let's take a quick break. And we're back. As you guys leave the Sneaky Goose, the crowd is gone. You guys were in there an hour or two figuring out that puzzle. And again, the crowd is cleared. The streets are more empty, as many have gone home for the evening. You see a couple of guards kind of like trotting past or walking past. Some on horses, some not. And again, dim light across most of the pathways here. I need all of you to make a perception check.
Oh, there's the numbers again.
Bosco rolled a nat 20.
Me too!
We are.
Me too!
We are.
2 natural 20s?
Yep.
If I'm not expecting this, I can't put gas on myself, can I?
You'd be like,
No.
ding, 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 ding. We need a little
Yes,
marker
if I'm not expecting it.
on the screen.
Just roll
19.
19.
10.
19.
15.
5.
Oh.
It's my lot for this game. Campaign.
Keep
The
finding
natural
dice.
20s. So all of you can hear, this out of nowhere, kind of this clang of metal hitting the ground. But the natural 20s, you put together that something just fell from the ground from on top of something, and as you realize this, you hear the whinnying of a horse. And it starts to just gallop away down the street. And you can see where it came from. There's no other activity other than the fact that you hear just like a massive just of metal on the ground. More like armor.
So the sound came from where the then horses like took off.
Yep.
Okay, and then we
It
saw them
came
take
down
off.
from one of the side
Did we see them
paths.
take off, or we just hear it, like because it's somewhere else?
You hear the wind. It's about 200 feet out.
That can't be good.
Yeah, someone's getting beat up right now. We ought to go help.
Yes, we ought to.
We're gonna go check
let's
that
go
out.
I'm
run.
gonna head that way immediately.
Assuming someone's hurt, Cedric's making an effort to get there quick.
Okay.
I'm putting my hood on as well.
Yes,
Trying to.
keeping my hood on and following the rest of the party.
As you guys sprint ahead and sort of get to where you're directed by them to where the horse came out from, it's a small, dim lit path that leads back about 60 feet. And in the back, it's a dead end that just sort of like turns back around. And in the corners, you have 2 houses. As you view the scene and see what was going on here, you see a guard laying on the ground near one of the houses. Near the house on the right side. There's 2 in the corner that are kind of like here, so this one. And in front of that, there's a guard laying on the ground and not moving. What do you guys do?
I immediately go check if this man is conscious or bleeding or okay.
We check if anything else is around. Anybody else?
Is he
Is
alive?
it just him, like, or is there
It's
anyone
just him. It doesn't look like anyone
lurking about?
was in these houses that noticed. the lights are out in their homes, so they must be asleep, and it wasn't loud enough to awaken them or stir them. But you do see also a bunch of like there's tables and things everywhere. There's crates. There's a like an empty wagon on the one on the left, and you also see that in front of like a couple of hay barrels, there's just a horse that's just sort of like doing that nervous horse thing.
Yeah, I want to check on the guy.
Yeah, you should go on the guy.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
rather go
gonna
check
go
out the.
to the guy as well.
I'm gonna follow people going to the guy, and while that's happening, I'm going to. You're gonna hear Oragar start to whisper to himself. He starts to whisper some words, and you see a little bit of energy conjure up, and he casts false life on himself at will.
Okay.
Bosco's gonna draw his bow and survey the area.
Okay. As you are doing this false life thing, I will say you feel that draconic presence again from the flail. They are near. I can feel it. You must get that stone. What are you doing again?
You said the horse was just nervous over there, right? There was nothing else. It was just one horse just all nervous from the sound.
Yep.
I guess I'll see what's going on with the guy first.
Okay.
I know you're over there.
So all the people going to check on the guy, give me medicine checks.
So I have a quick
Can I
question.
question?
Yeah.
So ritual spell casting, does that take away a spell slot or no?
No, but it takes 10 minutes.
And I doubt I have 10 minutes to do this.
24.
Dang. Well, I'm not gonna cast that spell.
24.
Dirty 20.
I'll also do a
6. I'm just like, yeah,
You're a rogue.
alright, cool,
You're
y'all
around
got
all these
this,
people
and
who
I'm
can
gonna
heal
go
and
over
stuff.
there and look at the horse and be like, bye guys.
Instead of doing a medicine check, can I do a survival check to see if I can track where, like, if this person got attacked, where did the attackers go?
Okay. Yeah, roll a survival check.
No,
I'm done with you.
No, you already
You two are
cast
gonna
it.
cantrip.
Yeah,
It's okay,
no,
he's
but
alright.
we're all doing this at the same time.
Okay, Baldur's Gate has spoiled me.
I got 16.
I do turn to Zarzos while he's trying to aid the body. Something is near. I need that stone.
This is not the time.
It might well be the time.
Nixel and Bosco are just kind of like catching up to the group, chilling. Just waiting to see what's up.
Can I actually roll a survival as well to track?
Yep. So 24 on the medicine check.
Yeah.
As you're investigating this body, they are dead. You find multiple stab wounds.
Can I tell what kind of weapon? Like, are they deep? Is it a dagger and a sword?
With a 24, it's more like a dagger. But what's interesting to you is that as you're sort of like coursing over these wounds and trying to figure out what's up with them, you find this like slick kind of like gooey saliva substance on it. And you know that this is some sort of like venom that's been put on these weapons. And the nature at the way that this guy is on the ground, he probably fell instantly paralyzed. So this is some sort of paralytic venom.
So he died. Is he warm? Is he cold?
He's dead 100%.
Yes.
So, I mean...
But I mean, is he like... Can I tell if it was recent? Like, is he warm
Oh,
still?
it just happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the way it's more like rigid. And
Yes.
a fall like this would have made you kind of like splay out in a different way.
But he's still...
But he's more like rigid, and you can't even like move him.
Okay, well, I tell that to the rest of the group that this man is poisoned with something, and something's causing paralysis.
Hearing that, can I reach into my bag? And I would say I probably prepared Oh, from last session, how many vials of breakthroughs did I make? 2?
And you gave them both to them.
Okay, alright, never mind then.
Rolled a 22 on my survival.
And you're looking to find out where these things went?
You'll learn real fast that
I got a 6.
Bosco's not to be messed with.
Do I, Cedric, with the elven man back of his head, do they have any association to using weapons like this? Does Cedric know this? Are they known for stuff like this?
Who exactly?
The elven guy with the dragon chest. He's still thinking about that.
Oh, not in this moment. No.
Okay.
You've seen, like, you know that this is some sort of like paralysis thing based on assessing the individual,
Yes.
not
But Cedric doesn't
where
know, Cedric
what
doesn't,
kind of thing it is.
Yeah, I'm saying Cedric doesn't think this is someone's calling card or a group's calling card or anything like that.
No. I will say I rolled a natural 20 on their stealth.
Oh.
So the best that you can get is that this happened so recently that they are probably still nearby, but that they are hiding somewhere. You don't know where. And at that point, I need you all to roll initiative.
Oh.
Kick in the door, go in one of these homes, and someone's sleeping and says people in there. Ooh, look at you.
FBI, open up!
Every now and then I have a good roll.
21. Let's go, ain't kidding. How much say it's been like months since combat.
Good to me.
It's been like months since we had any combat. True. You should have heard the description I gave to Daniel about Bosco. I'm like, he's not to be
Same thing.
taken lightly. Bosco will spill blood and guts.
When he can literally be taken quite lightly. Literally speaking.
It was my background is like an actual hunter.
Yeah.
So like you'll quickly turn into prey.
Whoa.
Ooh. Oh hell yes.
That's so cool.
Holy crap.
You got
That's
it.
awesome. Just enough clearance.
Oh.
That's
we love that.
That's stunning. That's beautiful.
Like a glove.
All right, so where are my people?
Kaylee's husband
I'm
disappears
kneeled
for
over the body.
weeks.
I've got
making
Gax and
this.
Cedric.
I'm kneeled over wherever the body is.
All right, so the body's over here by the chickens.
I'd say I'm probably right next to Cedric.
I'm also basically.
Wait, where's the body?
Well, where's
the body?
Zarzaros? Now that
I
think
didn't
about
put
it.
a body.
Oh.
Yeah, I would probably be next to Zarzaros, honestly.
We're all clumped around this body.
I did say roll back the tape. I was like, I see the bodies there. Oh, cool. Don't know much. And I was like, I'm gonna walk over towards the horse.
Is this okay with y'all?
Who's that with the shield?
Okay.
That's me. Well,
where
I
is
had a shield.
Nixel and Bosco?
Bosco's gonna look in the window of the left house.
Like this?
Yeah, right up on the window.
Okay. Where is the Nixel at?
Nixel is
Hey, I pinned it
behind.
This ain't
Nixel
good.
is behind
No, but I love how yours
this
is
one,
twice
Ardar.
the size of mine.
Like this?
Yeah.
That fine?
Yeah.
Okay, and Ares, where are you?
I said I was walking over towards the horse and wagon, so I guess put me over there by the well.
Like this?
Well.
So good.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess. I don't really like it.
I really like the well.
All right. Did everyone roll initiative?
Yes.
Excellent. 25 to 20.
Here, I had a 24.
Ooh.
That good +6 initiative.
Dang. Already?
Yeah, I have it's a
Oh, you have the feat?
yeah the thief feat or whatever it is.
Alert or awareness?
Features.
All right. So again, you had what? 25 to 20.
Yeah, 24.
All right. Where are you?
Clickety clackety.
Bosco.
I forget where it is. But it automatically.
20 to 15.
15.
18.
17.
Me, I got 15.
Cedric. That's Nixel, Ares, and Zarzos. What'd you get?
11.
10.
13.
Wrong.
Aries
Wrong.
is
First.
Me.
Aries, then Nixon.
I'm after black.
Sorry. Cool.
Yep.
All right. Because they're acting after you, you guys have 4 turns to figure out where they are.
Sorry, say that again.
They're acting after. I even rolled with advantage, and that's where they got. But you guys can use these 4 turns to sort of figure out if you can find them. So, Bosco, you're up.
I'm assuming if I knock on the door, they ain't coming out.
Oh, yeah. I
So-
think I've seen his little miniature.
So yeah, it's on. Just
Press
hit this
this
button for
laser.
the red light. Yeah.
God, I want to see him. He's so
So if you
little.
want, you can either. Yeah.
He's so cute. I haven't seen you.
Bosco.
He brought the pointer. Love it.
Bosco's gonna walk up to this window. That window right there. Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna look into it now.
So that's 10.
I'm gonna peer in. I
Okay.
assume it's terrible glass. I don't see much.
Yeah, it's dark inside.
I'm going to bust the window with my elbow and says, I'm gonna command them to come out, or I will torch the home. So they will have to. They are gonna have to come out as I hold my I have lit my torch, and I'm gonna hold it into the window so I can see and threaten them.
Literally a member of the Crow's Vigil.
It literally sounds
Not
like
just
a
that, but
scared
is the
child
only
in the
one
dark.
that lives in Port Vision. Everyone else is outside.
Holy hell. Is
So
that,
it's like
some elderly person
Is that your
home.
action?
I'm holding the torch inside the window, telling them to come out, or I will burn them alive.
Okay,
Yes.
so you're screaming into this house after breaking
but
their
don't-
window.
Don't they have to respond on their turn, right? They can't respond to you now, or am I mistaken?
No, they could respond now.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it sounds like a scared child in the dark where you like, I know you're in there. Come out right now. I'm not afraid of you.
They're listening
As
in the
of this
dark.
moment, you don't hear anything in response.
I wouldn't expect them to respond, so let's
Light it
continue.
up.
Yeah.
Argar, you're up.
monologue from
Oh
Tegan.
God. What am I
I know who you are.
I'm gonna have to
Wait.
follow up that turn.
Wait, we didn't light it up that turn?
What's that?
He didn't light it up
I'm
that turn?
actively threatening them.
Oh.
No,
okay.
he lit the torch, yes.
No, but I mean,
Me
he didn't
and
like
Argar
light
look at
up
each
the
other, yeah,
house.
that's
right.
Okay, we're still
I
we're
lit
being
the
calm
torch.
right now.
That's my action. I lit the torch
Okay.
and held it in the window.
Okay.
I'm going to.
You would also know, living in Port Visher for a while, that Zarethian wood is very fire resistant. We're in a land of dragons.
My threat still stands.
Hopefully they don't know that.
I can't go back on
You
it.
might be able to burn the inside of the house, but the
I'm
outside
crazy.
would be
I'm
harder.
crazy. I'll do it.
Alright. I'm going to start pacing my way towards right
Right in the
there.
middle.
Yeah, I'm kind of like right in the middle of where come to expose myself to the general, like all the potential like
Okay.
viewpoints and firing angles. As I like finally grab the flail, unwrap it from its concealment, and start to get it ready, I actually don't try to look around, and instead I go, "Reveal yourselves and face punishment." Basically drawing attention from the group to me.
You stepping in here, you actually do get a response. And you hear one word. Rockbar, which is draconic for rune bearer.
Oh shit.
Dude, only hears that, or
And
we all hear that?
Anyone who knows Draconic can hear it.
When they hear rock bar, I let out a ah.
First battle, this is so intense.
and like as that's happening, I'm just winding up the flail. You guys just see me starting to
Sweet.
spin it up.
Is that it?
I think. Let's see. I think I still. Would have that have been considered an action?
No, that's just movement. I mean, you said like one thing.
Well, I don't have. Fortunately, I don't have any of my components because we haven't gone to the
You could
magic
use your
shop.
action. You could use your action perceive where you heard that voice come from.
I'll do that then. Ooh, not a bad roll. Perception.
Yeah.
12. Yeah.
So the general vicinity of that one came from over here,
Okay. And that.
behind the crates.
And that was my action. I think
Yeah.
that's an action. In that case. So yeah, I do. When I yell in response, I do yell in that direction, and I'm making I'm telegraphing everything I'm doing for you guys, just to clarify. And that should be my turn.
Cool. Gax, you're up.
Hearing Runebearer and Argar like turning that way and yelling that way, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire over by the boxes.
Awesome. So you're casting it here.
Yeah.
Can you reach that? What's the range?
No, the range is 10 feet, so I'm gonna walk over there.
10 feet. So you're gonna go. Let's see. Go up 1. That's 5, 10, 15, and then. Do you want to go diagonal?
Whichever way is that can get me there, I guess. So yes, 15. So that'd be 25, and I have a 30.
Yep. So here, and it's a 10-foot range.
Yes.
So you can drop it here, right?
Yeah, it's a 10-foot range in a 20-foot cube.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm gonna
that
put,
would encompass that area
yeah,
right there.
so I'm just gonna put the edge of the cube so I can hit everything.
Cool. And what does that do again? It lights up every object that's in there.
So objects in a 20-foot cube within range are outlined in blue, green, or violet light, your choice. Each creature in the cube is also outlined if it fails a dexterity saving throw. For the duration, objects and affected creatures shed dim light in a 10-foot radius and can't benefit from the invisibility condition.
The first one rolled a 21. The second one rolled a nat 1, so that one is revealed.
So and on top of that, all the objects radiate a 10-foot dim light. So even if they're trying to hide in the shadows, everything's lit. So all the boxes automatically light up.
Yeah.
And even the person automatically lights up. So if they're trying to hide in the shadows, there aren't any shadows anymore.
Right now, I'm gonna say he's still hidden because it was a nat 20.
Yeah.
Wait, are they damaged by that too, or
No,
it's
no,
just
it just
revealed.
reveals them.
So you guys see this guy right here, and what you see is this 7-foot. He looks lizard-like, and he's got tattered bits of armor, but he's got these kind of small arching wings that come out of his back. So it looks like a lizard, but it's also speaking Draconic, and it looks like a dragon creature. It's kind of hunched over a little bit like Auragar is. And he's just sort of drooling at the mouth, and he's carrying 2 long daggers that are also just serrated and have this saliva just dripping off of it.
The character that was affected, anybody that attacks that character gains advantage.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
So that's kind
Anyone who attacks.
of the
gains
character that failed. Yeah.
The one that's
Has
basically the
advantage
one
on
that's
the
on the
attack.
board that's
Okay.
highlighted.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cedric, you're up.
So Cedric, now seeing where the enemy is and knowing that the fight is gonna lead to Aragar, since they mentioned him directly, I'm gonna go somewhere in between Zarzaros and Ares to get a better vantage while wanting to stay in the back line. Yeah, around there.
In here?
Yeah, maybe a little further back. But
5, 10, 15, 20.
yeah. And how far am I from the lizard person?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60.
60? Excellent. That's with yeah. I'm within range. I cast. He's not damaged, correct? He has at full health right now.
Full health.
Okay, I cast Toll of the Dead.
Toll the dead.
Ooh, that does better.
What's that save again? Wisdom or
Wisdom. Yeah, and you have Wisdom 14 is what's on the screen right now.
He rolled a 12.
Excellent. So I hit. And I get advantage, right? Wait, no,
No.
that's not that how it works.
Yeah, so you just roll a d8.
6.
6 damage?
Yes.
Cool. And what does Toll the Dead look like, Cedric?
So, Toll of the Dead, I point at him and I yell, Firi! You hear a chime, a bell chime, and then you just hear him go, ah!
Cedric goes, oh!
No, not again.
He's giving you the reaction. That's it.
The
You're
lizard
gonna go.
folk
He did my job for me.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
Oh, hilarious. No, the lizard folk.
Awesome.
You can further animate that if you like.
You can see his frustrated grit his teeth and sort of like as the eyes kind of roll up a little bit, and this like acidic kind of like green goo just starts to like pour out of his like blackish green ears.
Oh my god. That is nasty.
Any bonus action?
I go ew when I see that.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, no,
Brother.
God, Ilmara, fix that.
I said, I don't even know if Ilmara can fix that. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else.
Cool. All right, we'll move on. It is now their turns. They both make themselves known.
There's 2 of them.
There are 2 of them. As they rush forward
This is house
Oh,
away.
house.
Like,
towards Gax. That's the first. So that's
Oh, you stood in front of me.
5,
Uh-oh.
10, 15.
And I would have concentration, because Fairy Fire is a concentration spell.
Yeah.
Begin
Sorry.
rating.
So it will make 2 dagger attacks against you.
Yeah, for magic is me and Gex are pretty
So
up front.
the first one is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Cool. Second one is an 8 to hit.
Miss.
Awesome.
This is the
The
Yeah,
next
yeah,
one
you
is going to
see.
then use his movement, seeing that his friend failed. He'll run up here and also attack the lizard folk. First one is another 8,
Miss.
and this one is a 17.
That hits.
Okay. So you're going to take some damage here. It's going to be 4 points of piercing damage, and then 6 points of poison damage.
Okay.
And as you take this dagger, you feel like this sense of doom start to come over you, and then you sort of like, you're able to sort of like use your constitution, just sort of shrug it off a little bit. But it felt as if like your whole body was seizing up.
And you said it was 6 points of poison damage?
6 points of poison, yeah. 4 piercing, 6 poison.
Jesus.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be Ares. Your turn.
4, 6 is 10.
I can't
Yeah.
see both of them. Are they both right
And I
up
was
there
like,
in front of? Sorry.
Yeah, so
They're
they're
right in front. How far are they from me right now?
From,
About-
like the beginning, and we never took a shot.
They are 5, 10,
Sorry, I didn't even think
15,
to-
20, 25,
Yeah,
30,
it's
35, and 40.
Like,
Oh,
after
oh.
casting
Okay.
I think
Um,
I'm making it wordy after this.
So they're right in front of him, right? Within 5 feet of him?
Yep.
So then I want to do my short bow with a sneak attack to add the extra d6 because they're right there by him. Yeah?
You're attacking this one? Or this one?
I guess the closer one. I can't tell where the
So
other
the
guy
one that
is.
was damaged is
Oh
this
yeah,
guy.
do the one that was damaged. Well, is he in range for the sneak attack or the other one? 'Cause I'd rather do.
Yeah, he's in range because your
Okay.
sneak attack is just based off of any weapon you use as long
Right, but
as
I meant like within the 5 feet
Yeah.
part of it. That's what I was saying. So yeah, sure. Then so I could get the advantage from him.
All right, so roll to attack,
Is it?
and you
20. Nat 20.
net 20 on
Oh
first
yeah!
hit.
Holy crap!
That's a critical. So yeah, roll damage.
And I get to roll 2d6, right?
So you
Because
roll
I did the sneak.
2d6, double the damage on the dice, and then add your modifier.
You need the
The
page
plus
that
4.
just has
Yep.
But I'm doubling the damage because of the
people's
crit.
names.
On both?
Just
Or
the
just
dice.
Okay.
2d6 or 1?
Any
Two.
dice you roll, you double.
Okay, so that one's 4, and then roll it again. 5, 10. No? Because I've
Why
got the
you-
sneak.
Oh,
I get an extra d6.
okay.
So I had the 5, which was doubled, which is 10, and I had a 2, which was doubled, which was 4. So that's 14, and then plus my modifier is 4, so 18.
18 total damage, piercing damage.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
Woo,
So he
baby!
just shanks this guy.
How do you do it?
Just catches him off guard.
Not kill him, but
I know, I
how do
know.
How do you shoot him in the face?
So wait, what just happened with that guy? What did he do? He hit.
Max.
Okay. I think seeing that, I don't even have to really move. You know, I just take a step back, draw there, and just let it fly, and be like, "Take that, sucker."
Nice. I say with that nice executed letting loose of the arrow,
Precision.
it just straight past the two lizard folk and deep into the neck. You just see it through the neck as it just sort of
exit
sitting there,
wound.
just like
And as soon as that happens, I'm like silently
trying to
Toss.
breathe, and you see like blackish ooze just start to pour out of its neck a little bit. Anything else?
Gross.
Um,
Imagine Bosco is just holding the torch to this house.
I'm stuck.
No, I think I'm happy. No, I'll go a little bit closer to the wagon. I just like to nestle in a little bit. Just nestle in a little between that wagon and the well. So I'm kind of like in between,
You like
have a
leaning
little
on
bit
it
of
almost?
cover, but
like
like
that?
between it. Yeah, you know, I like to hug a wall or something.
Cool. All right, Nixel, you're up.
I can't tell from here. Is Nixel within 30 feet from the target that everyone else is shooting at?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. No, that is 40. You need to move 10 feet closer.
Okay, I want to move to the other side of Zarzaros. So I want to
Here?
be on his left behind Argar. Yeah,
Like this?
yeah, but within 30 feet of my target.
Yeah, you can hit him.
Okay.
Are you trying to hit the one that's damaged?
So only one's damaged right now, the other one's not damaged?
Correct.
I see.
Yeah, you can hit him right here.
And how much
Pretty
damage
badly
was done? Did you do?
I hit,
18.
you hit for 18, and then I hit for 6.
Nixel
Yes.
brandishes his weapon, and as he
Just have a habit
pulls
of
it out,
each
he
other.
spins it, and then fires.
Hey!
Nice.
Let's just hope he hits.
There's gunfire.
16. 16? That'll hit.
Be like, miss.
Go ahead and roll damage.
8 damage.
8.
And that's piercing. Yeah, piercing damage.
Cool. So yeah, you do a little quick spin of the gun. What kind of does it have any arcane energy on it yet or no?
It does not. No, not yet.
Okay. So you guys see this kind of like interesting weapon that he's flinging around, and it's not an arrow. You know, like it's not, it's new to you, and it gives off quite a loud noise as well. It could be just definitely alerting, for sure.
It'd be pretty deafening to specifically Argar and Zarzaros.
Zarzaros, like,
right
Yeah,
next
right
to
next
it.
to
I was
It's a
gonna-
loud crack.
I was
like
gonna
a-
say,
Yeah, it's like a
Zarzaros is used to his thunder breath, but not quite to what this is. So he's a little shocked by it.
Yeah.
But less so than.
Yeah, and it's very explosive, not to the sense of like an open explosion of like a barrel of alcohol or something. It's a little sharper than that, almost like a clap, like a very, very loud clap.
Sweet. Anything else?
No.
Alright, Zarzaros, you're up.
Hearing that by him. Pretty nice. And I'll run up to the one on my right.
The pointer.
This one?
Yeah, he's undamaged, right?
Right up to him.
Yeah, I think so. Next
you
to
hit
Gax.
the already damaged person, right?
Alright, so you make it hit. Yeah.
Just
I'm gonna use my
and you did 8
bonus
damage.
action to cast Divine Favor on myself,
Cool.
and then I'm going to take a swing at him.
What does Divine Favor look like?
Divine Favor. He brandishes his. Wait, hold on. Somatic, right? That's like with hands.
Hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, he takes his short sword out and he just brandishes it all the way across his shield, just shing across it.
Hey, kind of
And-
like lighten it
Yeah.
with like a match.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
And then I'll take a swing. Over to my longsword. Yeah, that is a nice roll. That's a 21 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
D8 plus, what was it, a D4?
Don't forget your masteries, guys. If you have them.
What's that?
The martial classes have them. I think Ares has it.
Or
Bosco has it. Zarzaros has it. I think that might be it.
Yeah, I don't have it yet.
Where could I check that?
It would be on the weapon itself. It would have like a star.
Does that
you're
happen?
proficient in it, or
No, I
Oh,
think it's
just
called
on-
like I think on your longbow it's called Vex.
oh,
Yeah.
okay, that's what I was saying. I was like, that
Oh,
was
Does
Vex.
that happen
Yeah.
automatically, or is
Yeah.
it something I have to?
So that's what the
Something
That's
that's the
a
master.
state, I assume.
You need to tell me, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it happens every time you use that weapon. That's just a new part of playing a martial class.
Because I don't have that master.
Oh,
Gotcha.
so I could use it right now.
You could use it right now. It's not like it's a one-time use like a superiority die is.
Okay. So my longsword saps this person. So they have disadvantage on the next attack roll before the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And I did 7 points of. No, I'm sorry. I get to add 3, so 10 points of slashing damage and 2 points of radiant damage.
Oh, nice. Sweet. So yeah, you just sing like that thing like a match, and it's sort of like growling in your face, and you just jab it straight in the torso, right through that soft part in his belly. As you recoil it out, he's just speaks a little something, fuck you in Draconic, and that's about it. I don't know what fuck you in Draconic sounds like. Bosco, you're up.
You're gonna see Bosco for the first. He's just gonna drop the torch and turn around, and I'm drawing the longbow.
Cool.
So roll it.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
you have
dead.
last.
Oh, I'm deadly tonight. 21 to hit.
21 hits, roll damage.
No. So your channel divinity, you have 2.
Oh,
Nice.
per long rest,
8 piercing.
and then through
And
the
that's
channel
on
of
this
divinity.
near guy?
The hurt
Any
one.
of the- or any
Well, they're both hurt now.
Oh,
one
that's what I was
that's-
gonna
This
ask.
one's more hurt.
We haven't
Yeah,
been attacking
that's-
all the same
that's
one.
who
they've
I-
been both.
that's-
Okay.
Yeah.
We've been
8
hitting
damage.
Wait, you're hitting the one that wasn't damaged before? Is that what just happened?
Apparently, someone already had.
Cool.
And then he.
Yeah. Wait. I think
He's definitely looking a little bit hurt at this point. Not down for the count, but bloodied. Is that it?
Already.
I don't get an
It's the
extra
same person.
attack do I, with a ranger.
Yeah, I think he hit.
not yet.
The one
Gotta
that
wait for the
everybody's
goodies.
been hitting.
So yeah, you
Goodies.
pull back on this longbow, you sort of just post up,
Oh, okay.
get real stout, and you put all your muscle behind
I'm
it.
sorry.
The
As
bow's
it just
bigger than me.
And as he's focused on Gax, it just catches him right in that meaty part of his back.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
Right, a kidney shot.
Can you hit the damage guy, the undamaged guy?
Aragar, you're up.
All right, I can't see all that well, but there's I think that's Gax. There's no space between the NPC and Gax to kind of move in between the two enemies.
No, you'd have to go around them and then make kind of like an athletics check over this like table.
That's what I was afraid of. Okay.
He's reduced speed by
Hold on.
10.
So where am I? I'm right here. So 1, 2, 4, 5. If I go around this way, would I be able to make it at 30 feet? I feel like it's like just barely.
Yeah, you'll take an opportunity attack from this one, but I think he has disadvantage on his attacks.
I will do that anyways, and I'll take the
So yeah, you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, get right in the middle on this side.
Perfect. Yeah.
Actually, so you won't leave his space, which means he does an opportunity attack you.
Still works. In that case, so as I'm doing that, I'm almost kind of like I'm doing it kind of quickly, but I'm not running. I'm pacing fast. I'm almost like, and while I'm doing that, I'm winding up for a flail strike.
Kind of like slinking, fast walking. It's like
Exactly. Yeah. I should. Oh, let me clarify. My Pact of the Blade. Right now, I currently have the Plague Bear tuned to. I'm gonna do cold damage for the weapon. And I'm winding up, and I strike the one on the right, attacking Gax. Yes, with the green flame blade.
okay. So roll to hit,
Let me roll the hit.
and that's action and bonus action, right? Does green flame blade still function that way?
I think so. It doesn't matter either way because I got a 3 on the die.
Oh,
So.
sad.
Yep.
I'd say yeah. So you sort of slink around. You're trying to parry and watch out and dodge out of the way, and it just makes you sort of like swing wide a little bit. You, You catch this bucket and just like smash it over this area.
Are we not pincering or no?
We're kind of. I don't think we're quite pincering.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not all the way on the opposite of him.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yes. That should be my turn because bonus sections. Yeah, that's it.
Gax, your turn.
Both of them are right up in front of me, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay, for my bonus action, I'm going to use Hungry Jaws. So you can make a special attack with your bite. If it hits, it deals normal damage and you gain 2 temporary hit points. You can use this 2 times per long rest.
All right. Lizard on lizard.
Yeah. 12.
12 does not hit.
Oh. Shit, alright, then my normal action.
That hard exterior, you know the same. You are kind of like him. You've got that shelled exterior. You just can't get through it. He's
Alright.
too dexterous.
Then for my normal action, I'm going to disengage and run away.
Okay. How far are you running?
I'm full 30 feet back.
Okay.
I'm on 6 health. I ain't playing this game.
4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nope.
Alrighty. Good decision. Cedric, you're up.
All right. I look at the one that is more. Actually, I put myself between them and Gax.
So about here.
Yeah. Specifically to kind of put him more out of harm's way. And then I point to the one that's more damaged. And again, I point and say, Fidi! You hear the church bell. Boom.
Toll of the dead
Toll
again.
of the dead again.
Alrighty. So I'm making a wisdom save again.
Yes. This be 14.
Nope, that's not. That's gonna fail.
I failed?
I failed.
Oh, okay. So then now I roll a d12 for damage. Got a 1.
One damage.
I thought it was.
I mean-
If they're damaged, it becomes a d12.
Oh, that's sick.
And then for my bonus action, I will look at Gax and cast Healing Word, which is 2d4s plus 4.
Nice. What does your healing word look like?
Oh, my Healing Word. I turn around. I put a palm out with my ring finger down, specifically the one that has the ring on it, and I say Sana, and you hear it like almost like a light emit from my hand towards you.
Kind of like this light.
Yes.
Only he's not having
Yes.
a field anymore.
No.
Your hands up now.
The first roll is a 1. 3, so 4 plus 4, 8. You get 8 back.
That works.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I went
We'll
from
keep
6
you
to
around.
14, so yeah.
And you just
Spells
feel
over
this
there.
like radiating warmth hit you, Gax, as this unknown cleric from far away befriends you and realizes that you need healing.
I just kind of look at you. Thanks.
Thanks. And the enemies will go. This one, who got struck by Zarzaros, will take its disadvantage, right?
It
On
is
all of his attacks?
disadvantage on. Yes, on its next attack roll before the start of my turn.
Wait.
The first attack, just one attack.
The next.
The
Next
okay.
attack.
Right.
I got hit once for how much was it? It was.
It was 6,
10 altogether.
10
right?
altogether, yeah.
Hooah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
So
you were so fucking lucky. I rolled a nat 20, but my actual result is a 4. So it came out to be a 9 on the first attack.
Masters
Next
great.
attack is going to be an 18.
That is my armor class.
Beats it. So it's going to be...
Sucks.
Ooh, he's rolling a lot of dice.
So it's going to be 5 points of piercing damage and 6 points of poison damage.
Okay.
and my fairy fire has died out.
Oh,
'Cause I
you
never-
lost concentration.
Yeah, I never rolled a concentration check for the damage, so I did it now and I got a 1.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
Yeah,
that for the advantage?
We completely forgot about the
We
advantage
did
stuff.
forget.
Yeah.
but that's not
Is that
only- it's
advantage?
not
Is that
only-
advantage for damage rolls or for hit rolls?
Attack.
attacks?
So damage.
Roll to
No,
attack.
so
It
so
doesn't
Yeah,
affect.
so
It
try to
doesn't
do that,
affect what
yeah.
you did though, because
Yeah.
that's a save.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
The poison damage.
Not yet.
What'd you say?
The poison damage. Do I have to do anything about
Nope.
that?
Nope.
No.
You same sort of effect as what happened to Gax, where you feel this like impending doom, and that you feel like you were going to like sort of stiffen up and not be able to move, and then it fades on you.
Okay.
The other one, however, will turn around and snarl at Aragar and take a shot. That's going to be a natural 18.
That hits.
And the second one is a nat 1.
Okay.
Alrighty, so you're going to take 5 points of piercing and 6 points of poison.
Alright. 5 points of piercing, 6 points of poison.
What are you at right now?
1 sec. You see it hit, and I'm not doing too bad. Because that false life, because it's an invocation, it uses the maximum I can roll.
Right.
So it didn't even pump. It just barely missed getting through the town.
You will get an opportunity attack. It was going to use its movement to climb up to the top of the roof.
Oh, even better. Even better. I'm going. Well, before that happens, because he dealt damage to me, I'm going to use my reaction and cast Hellish Rebuke. You hear him.
Baby.
You hear me reel in response, and I laugh.
Your character's so creepy. Okay.
So
gotta
he makes
save.
a dex save of. He needs to. It's a 14.
He rolled a 17.
Okay, so he does make the save.
Is that half damage?
Half damage. I think so, at least. Yeah, half on a successful. I rolled high though. So that's going to be 8 points of fire damage.
8 points.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
then we'll.
he's starting to look worse for wear. But he does escape.
Yeah, and that is
Up
my
to the
reaction.
top
I don't get
again.
opportunity because I already used it. So.
Oh man.
Hey.
Oh.
As he snarls down at you and rears back in something draconic.
Bosco's doing the meme of Willem Dafoe.
And I hiss back.
It's gonna jump on me.
Exactly.
Alright. Ares.
Which one is the one that I hit last time?
This
That one.
guy.
Knock him
One
off
that's
the
right
roof.
on the roof.
How far is that from me with my arrow right now? Which I'm looking freaking up.
You can still hit him. Your arrow for a normal attack is
Diagonally, I'd say it's about 30, 40
No,
feet.
but also I'm looking freaking up. Alright, well, I'm gonna do that again, but because I hit him last time with my short bow, I have Vex, so now I get advantage on my next attack roll against him.
Yep.
Rogue does not apply sneak attack. So messed up.
That was my number.
That's why they did it. Here's a free sneak attack every round.
16.
16 to hit. That hits. Roll damage.
1d6. That was like, okay. 8.
8.
Plus your sneak attack.
No, I wasn't
Oh,
sneak.
yeah.
It's not sneak attack
okay.
right now. I was just doing the Vex because
Okay.
he's not.
Oh, he's
Right?
not being-
It's not sneak right now because I'm not really like. He can see me. He's up high and
She
there's no
had
one
advantage
within.
on the roll, right?
I had
If you
advantage because of the Vex and I hit him last
If you have
time.
advantage on the roll, then doesn't that trigger sneak
Does it?
attack?
Yes.
Does
Yeah.
it?
If you
I'll-
have
I'll trust
advantage
the-
on the
Oh,
roll.
yeah.
Oh my God, I
Yeah,
don't-
no,
you tell
yeah.
me. You tell me. I'll take it.
If you have advantage on the roll,
Okay.
yes, you do. You will get that.
Okay.
The only other time that that you'll get the sneak attack is if you are flanking due to another party member attacking the same target as you.
Right, which is what I did last time. Okay, so because of that, then I'm doubling both of these and doing it twice.
Yep.
Or not twice, just
You're
doubling
doubling the
them once.
dice and then adding the modifier.
Okay,
at the
so
end.
that's
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 12. 12 damage.
Still good. Okay.
12 damage.
Pretty nice.
How do you want to kill that one?
Oh.
I was like, please.
He's in the perfect spot for something epic, too.
Oh man. Okay, I think from
Might
from
just
the
gonna
last
prone
hit
down.
and just
It was
like
either her or
totally
my
getting this
pistol,
guy.
so-
I'm like, definitely like amped up and tingling because I was just itching for a fight, right? So I'm like, let's go. Shimmying those shoulders and just straight up, like, and just knock him right off.
Hell yeah.
Straight shot. Boop.
Lets loose straight through his gut as he just sort of like topples down and lands next to Bosco. Bosco, you see this body just sort of like splat on the ground. And actually, hold on.
Oh, you're
not looking
too good.
The what?
For Bosco to see if he gets
Oh,
cancer.
good
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no, I'm sorry,
Because of
Bosco.
the goo.
I'm
My
sorry, Bosco.
my dex is high.
I'm
so
sorry,
don't
but
worry.
like,
Then
wouldn't
the
he
body
go
just
the other
hitting
way
him.
if I was
16
hitting
is
him
the
with force from the arrow? Like, shouldn't he go this way, not this way? I mean, I
I
guess
think
it's
it'll be
forceful,
okay.
but it's more like they're off kilter and they fall forward.
That was 16.
so sorry.
16. That'll save. But basically, as
I'm
as,
good.
as
I'm
he
good.
falls down and hits the ground, It was as he was falling that you see like his body kind of just implode on itself and acid just goes everywhere. There's nothing left of him.
Oh.
So yeah, he is gone.
Except for acid.
Not to
Get
even
money from
a
them.
core?
Just acid. Just
What? Not even a core?
Nothing is left other than acid.
Oh, okay.
Where are we? Ares.
Nixel.
Nixel.
Nixel has a question. Nixel's pistol has Vex, but he's an artificer.
So
Do
you
you
don't
have
have mastery.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Just making sure.
It's for martial classes.
Yes. As long as I'm 30 feet within that, from that other lizard dragon thing, he's gonna pull out his pistol again and
Pop him in the face.
pop him in the face. Yeah. 19.
19.
Yeah.
That hits. Yep. Roll damage.
6.
6 points of damage.
Piercing. Yep.
Cool. Another loud burst right past your ear, Zarzros, as you see it just collide into his chest as he reels back a little bit and spits acid out on the ground in front of you.
And this time, Cedric absolutely has no
But
hearing.
yeah, my ears like
No chance.
Bringing,
Like breaking the sound
he's like,
barrier
that's
right
how
next
you
to
told the dead, bitch.
You got a bell, I got Gawk.
and you'll need to cast like healing word on yourself after
Yeah,
that.
well,
Are you
I do
moving?
cure wounds on my ear.
Yeah.
That's
you're
all
like,
staying
ah.
put. No.
Okay.
He's good.
Zarzros, your turn.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action right now to give myself 5 hit points from my pool of lay on hands.
Okay, so that's half your pool, right?
Yes. So
How's it look when you touch yourself?
Please explain.
Please explain.
Clip that.
Yeah.
Since he's holding his weapons, he's just gonna do this like cross thing across his body.
Power
Wakanda
Rangers.
forever.
Power Rangers. Power Rangers.
Awesome.
You're the blue one.
And then I guess I'm going to take a. Does he look really messed up, or is he?
No, he looks okay.
He looks okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the. Well, actually, we're kind of pincered there, right? If I kind of move to the right a little bit.
This way?
My right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can go there.
Would that give me advantage?
It
From
would,
the
yes,
flank?
speak from the flank.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. And does the lay on hands count as casting a spell?
No.
Is it?
don't
I don't know
think
if it's considered a magic action or not in this.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a trait, or like features and traits. But
As a
then-
bonus action. Okay, yeah. It's not.
Okay.
I don't think it's casting spell.
So then I'm gonna use my divine smite.
I love that
Swipe this
everything
way.
is divine.
Okay,
Divine
so you're,
smite.
you're bringing out
Divine.
your laid up weapon and trying to bonk him on the head.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That's good.
Natural 20.
His first roll was a 19.
Baby.
It's like, you can't get much better than that.
So
oh, it
with
did.
smite and divine favor, right?
Correct.
Woo, baby.
For a total of 25 to
He's
hit.
about to splat this guy.
I didn't.
Said 25.
He was looking fine. He's probably not looking fine.
Basically,
much
just
longer.
leveled up 4
Well,
times.
remember
with this
that the
damage.
other one exploded. So if you're up close and personal,
I don't think he's thinking about
But
that
he's
right
got
now.
his big shield. For him,
Yeah,
at
he's
least.
gonna have to get that repaired again.
Do I double?
Yeah.
Do I double all of the damage dice, or just
Just the main damage. Not all the bonuses.
not the divine smite
Not the
damage?
divine favor, but you do double the smite damage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should roll an
Yeah.
extra.
Crit on the smite
Yeah,
is
because the
nice.
smite is part of the weapon damage.
Okay.
That's why doing like
Where's
Divine
my-
Smite on top of like Branding Smite,
Yep.
just a normal attack.
Yeah, that
You're
was
like,
that
hey,
was
guess
in the
what?
last campaign.
38
Sir
dice.
Godfrey was just bonking
I don't know.
people.
Are we playing with Hugh?
Oh my god, I don't know. They're all like.
Remember I had the Hugh.
It's a little
where
dark
it was
over
like
here.
that if I landed a
Hit.
crit
Oh,
and
and
someone
that's
had
true.
ended their life, you could then
Oh,
hit
you're right,
again.
it's math.
Yeah, you're doubling
So that
what
depends
now?
on
All
like that could have been your
'Cause that was your
subclass for
regular
paladin.
attack.
That could have been something
Right, and
for
this
like
is
the
the
weapon that you were using.
Or a
Divine
feature
Smite
you
whatever.
took.
Yeah.
It's a weapon
Okay,
because
so
it's one of the
the
masteries.
smites with
Hugh
the-
is a
14.
specific mastery, I think.
Okay.
Plus 16.
Of the great
so
sword
what is that?
mastery.
Yep.
That's
That's
30,
what it was.
right? And then 10. 40? And then what's this?
3
43?
radiant.
43?
Holy
Dang.
moly!
Wait, what did you?
Oh, he got like
want to
max
do
on the
this, bro?
die.
Yeah, 7, 8,
want to
and
do this?
5.
How do you want to do this? Oh my
It came in.
Holy crap! That's
Daddy
level 2.
Zarzar, my
Yeah.
goodness.
Lifts his sword and takes a swing for the ankles. just divinely
down a
stop
little bit.
him. And he just
Down a notch.
takes him out.
What's your patron's name again? What's your patron?
Okay.
Are you supposed to know?
I
He didn't say anything, so I was
Yeah,
like,
for mercy.
I was waiting to see if he was gonna say it.
Instead
you
of
heard
cutting off the ankles, he just cuts them in half. He goes, oh.
Have you heard of the good news of her mercy?
I think from what you say, you basically like chop his knees, like slice right through them. They sort of fall. He like goes to the ground, and then you like do one of these like spin moves and sort of just like straight into his, and just thrust it into his chest as it just explodes. Both of you need to make a dexterity save.
Gonna get that one.
It is.
There's no winning. There's no winning.
You have to roll higher than a 5.
5. 6.
Okay, so both of you just get covered in this acid,
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna roll some damage.
It's a good thing This is why I cast false life on myself.
It's
right
gonna be
at the
6 points of
You
acid
know.
damage to both of you.
beginning. 6 points of acid damage. Okay. I'm okay.
And then as you sort of like get splashed with all this acid, you sort of like find a way to like scrape it off and like remove it so that it's not burning you constantly.
Yeah, it happens, and I'm almost I'm like a little taken aback, but really unfazed compared to anyone else that's in the vicinity, and I'm just slowly. Like I'm taking time that everyone's like.
And as you guys sort of recoil, the enemies are gone. The tension loosens. You hear the stuff going on in the background. You hear the galloping of horses coming towards you. And I think that's a great spot to end tonight.